will never find a more wretched hive of scum and villainy. We must be cautious.
I'm doing good. Happy to be here. I've just distinctly noticed the chat has not requested that I have any babies. And I want to know what's up with that.
So
You are
I'm not. Am I not good enough that you want a copy of me? What's going on,
Hey,
guys?
Theo, where's the
I think
Mrs.
the
Snodgrass?
problem is, Theo, the chat assumes that you already have several out there you just don't know
Okay.
about.
All right.
Tried to slide it and it just.
Did
Is
what
that
else?
it is? And the white part was extremely prominent.
I'm not judging you.
Hey guys, I just want to do like a quick little like update video. What's been going on with me? Just because a lot of things have been going really great. Been making a lot of progress on some of the projects I've been working on with my books. I got a campaign I'm going to launch pretty soon for an audiobook. So if you want to get on that, link to get on the email list, probably below wherever this is. But yeah, I got a lot of things. Just yesterday, I finally got my car back from the repairs that have been going on with that. It's been really hard. In particular, it's been really hard in the family, especially with my kids and, only with one car and the financial issues. But, things have been, like I said, looking up lately. And, I think I should update you guys. But, before I get in, let me get the mail. Something right here. Let's see. Okay. What's this? Phenomenal. No. 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 No! Damn it! Damn it, Vaughn! No! No, Vaughn! No! No! Damn you! Damn you! January 20th, 22nd, Heroes Con! I'm gonna bully you, Vaughn! I will bully you, Vaughn! No!
What? Did we just become best friends? Yup! Do you want to go do karate in the garage? Yup!
6 months later.
What the fucking fuck?
Oh yeah.
Was.
There it is. All right. Hey, everybody. We're back. It's Friday. It's the Weekly Rogues Gallery. I'm your host, Iron Oxide. And it's been kind of a long week. So good to be here finally hanging out with you guys. And we're going to go around the horn, say hi to everybody. But first, let's take a minute to say hi to our special guest this evening, ComixDad. First time on the show. What's going on, man? How are you doing?
Me. What's going on, guys? Thank you so much for having me. I'm looking forward to it. It's a pleasure. I'm really excited. And also, I got to say that was a great choice for superimposing my face on Doc Ock, because that's my wife, Queen Comics' wife. It's one of her favorite Spider-Man villains, and Spider-Man is just my favorite title. So great
Well,
choice.
I saw that. I was stalking your channel a little bit. I saw, all right, he's a Spider-Man fan. I've got stuff to work with to make this happen. So I'm glad.
I will not call the police. It's okay.
All right, let's see how everybody else's week has been so far. Theo, what's going on, dude? How's your week going?
What's up, buddy? Happy to be here. I'm very excited. I've gotten to do a lot of shows this week out here in Las Vegas, Nevada. It's very hot though. I wish someone had told me that before I moved out here. It's really hot.
Oh yeah,
it's
all
hot.
These assholes tricked you.
I thought it would be
one person that lived there said the first thing you need to know before making any life-changing decisions is it is hot here. Not, California or hot. It's surface of the fucking sun hot. I think it's between us and Arizona, right, Prof?
Pretty much. It's going to be 110 all weekend, and probably about. Yeah. I'm guessing the low will be 98 when the sun is down. So
yeah, it's hot at night. I specifically told you it's even hot at night.
Yeah, I thought that was bullshit. I thought it was good. Well, I thought when I was like, it'll be cold at night. I'll be fine. No, it's the same temperature.
I've lived in California. I can understand heat.
Yeah.
You sweet summer child.
Well, to be fair, California is hotter because not only do we got Death Valley, but we got Waymo cars on fire.
Yeah, all the burning cars.
LA is burning right now. So I mean,
good fucking riddance.
You can get a good barbecue going in LA just about anywhere these days.
Yeah.
Well, it's good to hear that the comedy thing's working out, man. You've been posting some banger shorts, so just keep it up.
Oh, yeah.
And Professor, how's your week going? You got a dog on you.
It's
you have
over.
2 corgis?
Yeah, yes, I do have 2 corgis.
I did not know that.
No, adorable.
On me, they're up. Oh. All right. My week is over. It's time for weekend. It's Father's Day. I have a ribeye that is literally this thick. And
what about the steak?
Yeah, to smoke.
Yeah, I've been grilling out a lot too, dude.
Dude, I'm not grilling. I'm doing the ranch.
I gave him the pick of the steaks when we cooked out. Left it here and it got tossed.
God. Yeah, it's too hot to grill. I will, however, get up at 4 in the morning.
4 in the morning.
Pause.
That's for your wife.
That's a little Freudian slip there. Little known fact, men, your testosterone peaks between about 3 a.m. and 5 a.m.
Yep.
That's a fact. Look it up. It's science. Your testosterone is at its best. That is why you get morning wood. So in case you didn't know. But
the fuck does this have to do with anything?
He said steak and
nothing
meat.
else. Man advice. This is a manly panel. It's Father's Day weekend. And maybe you should get up at 4 o'clock in the morning and bang your wife. But I'm going to put a whole pork ass in the oven this weekend. And if somebody gets back to me, have a stream about comic books. But other than that, I ain't doing shit. I'm going to have a nice, calm weekend for Father's Day because I don't want to do anything. That's what Father's Day is.
Cool.
Damn right.
Right on. Speaking of fathers and people that don't have them, Arza.
My father regularly watches your streams.
I know. Wait a minute. That's right.
Oh my god! Your regular viewers.
See, I would have done this joke to Vagabond, but the optics on that would have been just terrible.
Right. Not ideal.
That's fair enough. That's fair enough.
I mean, I'm an honorary black, so sure.
Now, to make that
you're
fatherless
right there, too.
joke even better,
here,
it's
yeah,
worth noting
Ginger.
that Morningwood is also done to ensure that your dick doesn't shrink from not being used. Fun fact, for those wondering.
Oh.
I've been doing pretty good though. Put in a couple episodes or videos. Not very many topics to cover the last few weeks, but I'll be seeing How to Train Your Dragon this weekend, so I will be thrilled to let you guys know how bad that ends up being.
Is anything like Lilo and Stitch? Burn the theater down.
My kids kind of want to see that. I don't know, dude. I don't think Universal fucks up as bad as Disney. I think that the actors coming out and shitting on fans already is concerning, but I don't think you can have a Lilo and Stitch level fuck
I don't
up
think it'll be that bad.
Universal.
No.
I don't.
But I don't know if you saw the minute-long clip that they posted from it or when they first enter the dragon training arena. But it's filled to the brim with millennial humor and millennial writing, the kind of stuff that spells everything out to you really bluntly and doesn't treat you with respect. And not a single one of the characters, except for Hiccup, looked like how they're supposed to look from the movies.
Yeah.
I couldn't help but notice that the best joke in the original is it's no bigger than my bomb. They couldn't even get the timing for that right. It's like it's no bigger than my dragon, and then like no, you can't even get the timing right for like one of the best jokes in the movie. Yeah,
they have to give you time to laugh.
It's such a long. It's like a picosecond of a pause, but it's long enough to make you notice that they are trying to tell a joke here.
Didn't one of the cartoon anime, the How to Train Your Dragon, because weren't there like 5 of those fucking movies? And didn't the last one just come out like maybe 4? Okay, then the 3 did the third one must have just come out a few years ago. This isn't an old franchise. I don't see it deserving a
So the reason why it's getting a live action is because the guy who created the franchise, he specifically stated that he knew it was going to happen sooner or later. He might as well be the one in charge. And that's why he did it, pitched it, and made it. So that he was the one who did it.
Yes.
And then the cast, oh, go ahead, Comics.
I was just going to say the timing works out because of the Isle of Berk in Epic Universe, with Epic Universe being open now.
Yeah.
Oh,
probably did that.
So you could go see that movie for sure, or I could just buy all 3 of them for $15 each in 4K and throw away the DVDs I had and probably enjoy it even more.
You'd have a better weekend.
I know, right?
Rock.
I'm thinking.
I will be doing both. We're actually going, me and the family are going to see it tomorrow morning. So I will have a full report tomorrow night on Critic Listen.
You're earlier in the day. Text me and let me know.
I actually hope it doesn't suck. I hope it's all right. I mean, other than they can't get the casting right, even though it takes place in like the Viking era and that Viking part of the world.
This one's funny because according to them, Vikings are naturally diverse. Like the showrunner actually said, the Vikings were already diverse, and then these are magical Vikings, so they are allowed to be even more diverse because it's a magical world.
It's not magical. There's no magic in this world. It's just dragons.
But if it is right, why not just set it in an area where Black people are in that universe?
I give a lot of things free. Like I give them the benefit of the doubt when that's the case. Like, well, this is just inspired by like feudal Japan or the Viking era or this or that, but it takes place on a completely different, not Earth setting, kind of like what Final Fantasy does and stuff. Then it's like, okay, whatever. Doesn't matter. It's not here. It's not, dictated by regions and history. So I can give that a pass, I guess, but
we will.
Can't wait to hear what you guys say about the movie and hope it's fun. So your comics are going with your family. Strider, are you going with anyone to see How to Train Your Dragon?
No, actually, I might actually catch a second viewing of the Phoenician Scheme. It's Wes Anderson's new movie. Also, Father. It's fun. It's very delightful. It's nothing you haven't seen from Wes Anderson before, but I really enjoyed it. I thought it was great. Benicio del Toro is amazing, and Kate Winslet's daughter is incredibly cute. And having Michael Cera finally be in a Wes Anderson film was like Heinz finally discovering that tomatoes go in ketchup. It's so funny. It's classic Wes Anderson in all the best ways. I loved it.
So you had already seen it and you're just going to see it again?
Yeah.
It's not big. I do that all the time if I like a movie. I've gone to if I like a movie in a theater, I'll repeat watch the shit out of it if I can.
Yeah. Like I said,
I like
twice. It's great.
Wes Anderson's definitely just like that's its own thing. Kind of like what's his name? PT, the guy who does like there will
Paul
be
W.S.
blood,
Anderson.
Punch Drunk. Yeah, Punch Drunk. Not Paul W.S. Anderson. That's Resident Evil.
Yeah, that's Resident Evil.
Similar name though. I love the director, but he's a wacko, and all his movies have that weird, almost acidy fucking vibe. You know you're watching a movie made by him. I'll have to check that one out because I do like most of Wes Anderson's movies.
Yeah, I did too. I hated, absolutely low. I couldn't even finish it. French Dispatch. It just plodded on, and I could not finish it. I was like, I am so fucking bored. But every other Wes Anderson movie I've seen about half of them I've really enjoyed, and Rushmore is still my favorite, even though it's filmed here in Houston, and I recognize a lot of the places I pass routinely just on my day-to-day life. I recognize a lot of the locations it was filmed in. It's like, that's kind of cool.
Royal Tenenbaums is still my favorite.
Royal Tenenbaums is fantastic.
That's a flawless movie. Just
absolutely.
Oh, we could sit here. We could just kick everybody else out and talk about this.
Hell yeah, let's go. Bye, guys.
All right. Drunken Emerald Arrow, host of Insert Title here. Sitting alone in the dark. You're very, you got the mood lighting or no lighting going tonight.
Yeah, a little bit. It's a little underwhelming right now, but I'm just getting ready for tomorrow because I've been stretching. I've got my signs made, and I'm ready to get out there with no kings. We're going to fight them. We're going to raise the signs. It says deport them all, and we're going to have a lot of fun going against them. No, in all seriousness, no. I'm going to be playing around this weekend. I picked up an Apple iMac Mini to play with and start learning the Mac operating system and see how that is and stuff like that. Because I know PC, I know Linux, but I really don't know the Mac operating system. So I want to play around with it and kind of see, especially with with Apple doing their own silicate now, and see how this M4 processor is, and kind of just explore it and have a little bit of fun with it.
Right on. It doesn't sound nerdy at all. You're in for a wild weekend, Emerald.
Hey, you want to know what? The nerd in me is excited as fuck right now. My nipples are hurting.
My best friend is playing Magic the Gathering, and he's probably having a more intense weekend than you are.
I'll tell you what, your friend playing Magic, his nose is going to have an intense time playing with everybody else.
Yeah,
Magic the Gathering crowd is
playing in the kiddie pool. I'm going to introduce you to Linux.
I stopped playing Magic.
No. I have a system that runs Linux. I already have a Linux system. I have a Windows system, but I want to explore a little bit more.
What you do from Mac then?
Okay, we need to get to
weekend.
Vagabond before Emerald puts everybody to sleep and all the girls in the chat leave. All right, Vagabond, how's your week going, bro?
Nothing much. Pretty good. Just been busy, pretty much. So debating if tomorrow I'll get me a Burger King hat and go downtown.
Oh man,
they would not know what to do with you.
You should show up and
think they would get it
for the We Was Kangs protest.
Probably not. Well, okay, so I do know someone that's going to be on the opposing side, I guess. So because I see what they post on Facebook, I was like, should I show up and cause havoc? So, but at the same time, I was planning to build a outdoor dog kennel. So I don't know. That's gonna eat up my time.
Rewarding. Yes, very much.
I was you. That's what I would do.
Yeah. So I'm trying to reclaim my house back. So the dogs pretty much have the living room. I just like, all right, time for you guys to go outside.
See, and the dog kennel will double whenever you get a Japanese wife mailed to you, you can put her in there.
Oh, probably.
Especially if
they should have dinner made.
When one of my favorite memories growing up was me and my grandpa built a doghouse, and I thought it would just be like, look like the Snoopy thing, just boards with nails. No, this guy, like, if you ever had the grandpas in that World War II generation, they don't half-ass fucking anything. This thing had house insulation, a storage thing set up. It had an area for him to eat. It was like a full-blown house. The dog was this big, and the house was about the size of my twin bed by the is all said and done. It took up so much of the backyard. My mom was not thrilled.
Yeah, well, so I've been doing a lot of. I found a turtle today too, but yeah, just doing a lot of yard work. Trying. Hopefully, it's not raining or anything on Sunday. Then I'll probably start first episode of I Swear It's Not Hentai podcast.
Whoa.
Yeah. So.
That title's wild.
Right. So as long as it's not raining, I still need to make a logo.
Why would it matter if it was raining? I have to ask.
Well, okay. The reason why, like right now, we had a thunderstorm earlier.
Wet.
I live like somewhere in the woods. If a tree falls, it could hit a wire or something, and just there's no internet, no electricity for a while. So that's the last thing of my worries is like, well, Aya remember I was on here and then I was with you guys streaming and a thunderstorm happened and my power went out in the middle of the stream.
I have to ask Vagabond, are you worried that if you start this podcast, your Wi-Fi will go out for some milk and cigs?
No, but I don't know. As long as the tree doesn't fall on me, I guess I'll be fine. But yeah, so that's the main concern is there's a power outage somewhere or the internet goes out because I got Cox cable and they're absolutely the worst.
Oh,
They really screw you over a lot, don't they?
Well, what do you think if it does storm? What do you think that'll do for the protests scheduled in your area?
Well, it's raining now. It might rain tomorrow. I think it's absolutely hilarious if it does rain during the protest. But
I mean, you've seen the people out there. You really want to smell. They smell bad enough dry. You want to smell.
No, that's the shower.
If you
Iron.
see,
That's how they shower.
So the chick that I know is going to be out there tomorrow. If you see her boyfriend, it looks like the typical super leftist. Like his blood bleeds soy milk or whatever.
Oh,
like I don't even know if to call this dude a man. That's how that is. I can show you guys.
To sleep
chat.
with this girl, whether you like her or not, just on principle.
Yeah. Does she have Instagram? I can fix this right now.
Does she have
Down
Instagram?
boy, down boy.
Well, okay. I can't if I say what she does, then it gives it off too much away. But I have seen pictures of her without the clothes on, but
okay.
Yeah, Vagabond's about to get there.
I wonder whatever she does for a living.
It boggles the mind.
No, it's music wise, but other than that, I just but yeah, I just know she's going to be on the opposing side, so I think it'll be funny if I just go out there on the opposite, like with American flags and shit.
They won't know what to do with you.
But just nicely, just keep asking her questions. I've seen the only way some of those people ever have their minds changed is when you keep asking them questions and they start to realize their answers don't make any sense.
I think she's the type
and
that
by the end of the night, you could be sleeping with her.
Oh no, I probably wouldn't. But I think she's the type
Probably
that
she's a better man than Theo.
Yeah, she's the type that like even if the logic doesn't make sense, it's like what of course you are. It goes back to like kindergarten arguments or whatever.
So she's a woman.
Yeah.
You know, I'm a little confused about these protests coming up this weekend. We're in the middle of June, so they're getting rid of all the kink parades to do the no kinks parade.
No, that's actually a good point. This is like because all the pride stuff isn't happening, and instead they're having all these immigration protests, which some people were predicting was like the natural progression of the CIA psyop to demoralize the American people. It was going to shift from like pride stuff to like immigration stuff.
It's not profitable anymore. It makes sense.
Well, you see, here's the thing. They need to do the immigration rights because without the immigration rights, the pride people lose all of their living sex dolls.
Oh. Well, they're slave labor.
So yeah, this is the thing. Brought to you by Walmart, by the way, or at least
oh nice,
Harris,
the Harris of Walmart, the company that takes out life insurance policies on their ill employees. They even had a fun nickname for it called what was it called, like peasant insurance.
Are you serious?
Yeah, they got busted.
Not
for
illegal, but
why am I not surprised to hear that Walmart of all people do that, or all companies?
Well, it's a common insurance thing. You can take out life insurance on what they consider key employees. You just have to have like legal backing to make sure that they are key employees. So I mean, it's weird as shit, but it's not illegal. So
it's definitely morally gray. I mean,
yeah, very much.
If you go down the 9/11 rabbit hole, there's a whole lot of that there too.
Oh, fuck.
But we'll share that for another stream.
Excellent. Realize that like if you've like it's very I've been in on these discussions. I'm not going to say how or why, but it is not all that difficult, especially after COVID, like with the whole essential workers kind of thing, to have somebody or entire groups or departments of people labeled in just that way that you can actually insure them. In fact, I've been in conversations where let's just say that like certain employees who were very clearly like frustrated with their jobs or upset or seemingly having some mental distress in the workplace have actually been targeted to be insured in just that kind of way because, you know, oh, look, we have a mentally unstable employee. They might hang themselves.
Right.
Let's put some insurance on that.
Was the employee's
Well,
name
I think there
Jeffrey?
needs to. There should be legal ramifications there. That it doesn't go to the company; it goes to at least they have to split it with family and next of kin. But what were you going to say, Comics? I'm sorry to cut you off there.
No, you're good. I was just saying, was the employee's name Jeffrey Epstein?
Key employee insurance. Why not? It's the government.
All right. Oh, before we get too far into conversation, let's say hi to the chat first. See who we got hanging out tonight. First in Jason fucking Clinton. What is going on, man? Happy Friday the 13th. We do have something interesting regarding the Friday the 13th film franchise to talk about. So I am looking forward to that. Wish Selena was here. It's one of her favorite holidays next to Halloween. She's a massive Friday the 13th film fan.
Iron. I have a dare for you guys tonight. I want you guys to live stream you playing the midnight game.
I've never heard of that. What is it?
I'll send you the instructions.
Is it something we can look at on here? Is it a video game or
actually it might be? I was watching a Y-Files on it today, and I started looking into it, and I was like, "Holy shit, dude! There's a lot of people."
It's something. No, she totally won't be down for that, but I can try. Well, let me know what it is. I'm interested now. I'm really fucking interested. No, but here's what's going on with her computer. The password just suddenly, I don't know if anybody on the panel or in the chat knows, the password just stopped working. She went through the steps to change the password, and it still says it's not working. It's a Windows operating system.
Is her cap lock broken? Yeah. Plug a different keyboard in.
Oh, that's smart. No, but it's all numeric. Okay, but we'll get it figured out. That's why she's not
broken. Her shift key might be stuck. Either way, put a different keyboard in.
Yeah, the last thing we did was it needed a Windows update, and we didn't do it. And I went to do it, and I was like, "Hey, did you change your password?" She's like, "No." Well, it's not working. And then she tried it, and now her first go-to is, "What'd you do to my computer?" Nothing. I couldn't even log on. It's doing you to me.
Try turning it off.
What Windows are you using?
The newest one.
11.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I know for Windows 7 there was a software to use for a password unlocker. I could see if I could find one or whatever.
Oh, that would help. That might be a good. Let's see.
Putting in the private chat.
I'm not incriminating myself, folks. So just saying.
No. People in the tech world use that. So. And ComixDad, welcome. Let's see who else we got here. We got the White Devil Okada. What is up, man?
What's up,
White Devil? Of your fans, I take it. Right.
Yeah. White Devil Otaku is part of the comics crew.
Oh, right on. We got Isaac. What is up, man?
Yo, Isaac.
We got JackTarLad. How's it going? Hello. BS Warren is here. Good to see you again, man. Who else we got? We got the Master Hobo. Greetings from the homeless shelter. It's just me or the dogs. ComixDad picture. Is it just me or does ComixDad's picture look like a cartoon version of a bearded iron oxide without sunglasses on? I mean, look at the thumbnail. I mean, yeah, I guess it could be.
Yeah.
If I ran my picture through a Pixar thing, it'd probably come out that way too. Hey, I'm a fellow round face. I'll accept that. There's nothing wrong
Rock
with it.
did a great job making me look a hell of a lot better and muscular than I actually am. So,
dude,
that's the job.
I can drop down to like 130 pounds and I'll still just have the round face. Like in, if you ever see that movie Snatch, where one of the mobsters tells his buddy, "You look like a fat guy that's not fat but should be."
Yeah, that's me. I got that round Polish face. So.
Right. Ned Matter, the face is just always going to be there. That's same boat, man. Let's see who else we got here. We got Blue Eyed Scorpio. What is up, man? Oi, oi. We got the lovely Sherry. Always good to see you. Who else? Just about everybody. No, we didn't. We got Shorty. What is up, Shorty? I'm sure Sean's not far behind over on the Rumble side. Whoa, losing my voice for a second. Master of Trivia, Emily Kruger. Always good to see you. Release McCracken. What is up, Meme Master? We got our guest last week, Morning Mayhem. What is up? It is good to see you here. And there's Sean, Third Relifies, hanging out over in the Rumble side. Good to see you. I think we're caught up now.
Oh, no.
Samuel. Yeah, and where? Oh, Samuel the Infamous here? Yeah. Holy shit, Samuel the Infamous.
I'm away from his
awesome
whoring around town to come hang out with us tonight. What's up, Sam?
Hey, he's not against the women. We've
always good to see another industry professional. What's up, Samael?
Then we got the Devastator here. Good to see you again, man. Been a little while. And all right, now we're caught up. We're caught up, so we can get back on. This is always a problem. This is why I really hate not having Selena here, because I already forgot what we were talking about.
I think it was boobs.
Pretty sure it was really good personalities.
Insurance
in the chat
and
the midnight game for you.
The midnight
game.
Well,
insurance, Walmart, no King's protest at the bottom of the poster. That's it.
That's right. That's right.
I'm good at this.
Oh, I thought it was password fixing.
1, 2, 3, 4.
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Here we go. Let me pull this up. I've never heard of this, so we're gonna learn about it together. Kind of a good thing to talk about on Friday.
Want to have some fun on a Friday the 13th night? This is what you do if you want to invite a dark man into your house. And I'm not talking about.
Oh, it's one of these. Yeah, hey, what are you implying? I have dark people at my house all the time.
Not that I've ever seen.
They usually mow my lawn.
Vagabond's only over like once a year. Still hasn't been over to the house yet. We got to change that. All right, well, let's change the topic. Back to this: the most dangerous game, the Midnight Game. Previously, the Three Kings. Never heard of it. It's believed that the Midnight Game was once an old pagan ritual used as my wife's not doing this. Used as punishment for those who dared to disobey the gods. Or at least that's how it's usually positioned. The claim is dubious and is likely an indignation that this particular game originated as a creepypasta.
Oh,
that
fuck
seems
no.
more likely.
Absolutely not.
No.
Now, I know what an actual dark man is, Professor. I just
I know.
I've seen I've been in places where I've seen shit already. Shadow people, whatever you want to call it. So I don't need to invite them over to hang out.
You could play Alien Isolation.
Oh, I play the shit out of Alien Isolation.
Iron, it sounds like I got to put you in touch with Queen Comics Wife because she is into all that stuff. She wouldn't do this herself because demons and the devil, and absolutely not. I like my soul where it is, thank you. But she believes in a lot of that stuff, and I didn't, and she kind of got me watching some of those fake ghost shows, and now I'm a big wuss. I go, nope, absolutely not. I'm Tracy Morgan from Cop Out. Nope. Nope.
There's never on for Halloween to discuss all the supernatural shit. That'd be fun.
All right. So there's two people in particular I want to get their take on. I want to talk to our resident panelist Catholic and our panelist atheist. So we'll start with the atheist, Arza.
Sorry, I wasn't. Somebody came in my room. I was distracted.
Oh, okay. What's your take on all this? Do you think it's all bullshit? Are you a skeptic because you believe in nothingness?
I'm in a weird position because on one hand I don't really believe in ghosts, but on the same hand I'm pretty sure I've seen some ghosts. The house I used to live in, I'm pretty sure was decently haunted by a previous owner, and I'm 99% certain I saw his ghost using a hammock that was built in our yard. We had this shed.
You're in Kentucky, man. There's
this is back when I was living in Boston. It's back when I was living in Boston.
Oh, then it was definitely illegal.
It's probably just some Irish man.
lived in this town in called Boxford. Nothing but trees. Literally, it was horse farms and trees and like a little bit of people. And we were living in this old house that had been bought by the landlord next door. And there was a shed, like the shed. None of us felt comfortable going in there because the energy was just like super like off in there. Like you felt like something was watching you whenever you went in there. And one time I looked outside and I saw the hammock, what looked like an old lumberjack type dude swinging in a hammock. So I have no idea if it's bullshit or not. My instinct is to not believe it, but at the same time, I've been inside of supposedly haunted hospitals and whatnot. So I've felt things that don't feel real. So it's hard to say.
Wow,
So
and that's actually a way more interesting answer than I thought you were going to give. I thought it was going to be something all intellectual and nihilistic.
Okay, so I went. There's an abandoned hospital up in Maryland that was, I believe, a tuberculosis hospital.
Oh fuck
Might
no!
have been something else. And me and my twin sister loves to go into abandoned places because she's a criminal basically. So she wanted to go in there and like spray paint and fuck around. We go in there. She makes me come with her because she doesn't want to go alone. And so it's like 2 a.m. We're going around. And the hospital, it feels a little stuffy in there. It's not great. Like there's rubble everywhere. You can see like remnants of sinks and toilets and things that you like beds and whatnot. It's real creepy. But we're mostly fine until we get to the bottom floor. We take 2 steps in there, which is where the morgue was, and we're like, we need to leave right now. Something is wrong. Something is bad. You could like see the doors to like inside the morgue from there, and we just got out. We went straight to the top floor because we did not feel safe in that basement. There was something definitely wrong down there.
Yeah, we had some interesting experiences at the Crescent Hotel in Eureka Springs, Arkansas. If anybody's familiar with that location, which is actually where we've been married since I think 2021, and we still haven't had the reception or the honeymoon. We're saving up for that. It'll happen eventually, but
yeah, you better do that.
Plan is to get married there and then go on a road ghost tour to different haunted locations from one end to the other.
That would be cool.
That's still, that's what
you got to do the honeymoon.
You go to my ex-wife's
you
house.
end up like me, where you spend $65,000 on a kitchen because you never took her on a honeymoon.
Yeah, but a kitchen's pretty useful.
$55,000 a car.
Yeah, dude, no, I can't.
Okay, I can't argue with your wife's logic there. It's like, do you want to go on a fun vacation or have a kitchen that you can use functionally in a home that you own for the rest of your life?
And for $65,000, that'd be a kick-ass.
No, she didn't want to do that. That was what she told me when I came back, because we were just going to buy some cabinets, and she built a whole custom kitchen out. And she like, when I came back from the bathroom, and she had all this shit, all this like Thomasville solid wood fucking cabinets.
Oh shit!
Island, a bar, everything. And she looked at me like this, and she said, "I never got a honeymoon."
What
do you do, man? What do you do
before we get to a
so?
I was gonna say, my question is, how the hell long were you in the bathroom? Damn.
Oh, shit.
Hey, I was at Home Depot. I went and took a shit. And then you walk past the power tools.
As one does at the Home Depot, right?
Yeah, and time just doesn't exist in the power tools section, all right?
Hey, I was just at Home Depot.
Tipping off.
All right, Theo, what's the Catholic perspective on the ghosts and all that shit?
Actually, I think Samael the Infamous kind of hit it on the head here.
Let me find.
I think these entities are real, and you can encounter them. And if you choose to interact with them, you do so at your peril.
I agree with that.
Yeah, these are neutral. Some of these entities are even benevolent, but some of them feast on human suffering, and you don't know which one you're talking to, right? So it's best to just keep your head down and stay away. That's my experience.
And that's kind of my opinion on that too. I don't think that anything that you think is a person is actually a person.
No,
I think
it was never
especially if it's a kid. We're haunted by a little boy. Move immediately.
Move, burn the house down.
But it's
burn
a
the
sweet
whole
little
city
boy
down.
that
Doesn't
plays
matter.
with balls and dope. You're fucked. Get out. That thing's gonna stick to you. All right, Samael, the infamous pretend. I think this is what you were talking about, Theo. Ghosts are rare. The dead don't usually stick around. Odds are, if you encounter a thing like this, it was never human to begin with. I agree. Yes. I think the only time the actual deceased people can interact with the living as well the living is asleep. I know I'm talking like a fucking hippie, but I'd heard this before, and then I had my own experience. It was about 3 years after my grandma died, and there was a lot of things I didn't get to tell her. And I had a dream about her. It was real vivid, and I was just sleeping in between like my lunch. I had an hour and a half lunch break that day, and then I had meetings the whole rest of the day. So right as I'm waking up from the sleep, I know I have a meeting, my hair's all fucked up, and I couldn't find my hat that I always wear. And she says, "Oh, it's in your wife's pink thing in the living room." And sure enough, it was fucking there. Had no idea it was there. She accidentally put it there because it got mixed up with some sheets and towels during the laundry. So that freaked my shit out. Anyway, moving on.
You know, to that point, I do believe that there are real like the ghost that I'm pretty sure I saw. If ghosts are real, he was a real ghost and not a demon, because like he was into like carving ducks, and they were still in that garage like some 10 years later. These like duck cameos or whatever they're called that you put out to attract other ducks. And this thing, aside from the garage, which is his woodworking station, I never once felt like anything was malicious. Whenever I did see what I thought was that, it was like using the hammock, walking around the homegrown garden that we had, that my mom was growing plants in. So,
but see, in places like anywhere in Massachusetts, I would say in Kentucky, these are states where you're going like, these are some states where there's a lot of shit like this, like the whole East Coast too. I was just making fun of a friend of mine that lives in Pennsylvania today, because he's out by the Muskogee River, whatever it is. He's out camping. And I was like, dude, have you heard about the mantis man that lives out there? You have no worry about the Jersey Devil. Your forests are fucked in Pennsylvania. I would not be in the forest in Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania has the squonk.
Isn't that near where the Mothman's on the East Coast too, right?
Yep. The Mothman is out there. Now, where ours has got the Kentucky goblins, which are little fucking aliens that live out in the hills.
What are the Texas monsters? I don't think I've ever heard any of them there.
Well, that's spread from West Virginia.
Monsters know better than to fuck around in Texas.
Don't you have some kind of Sasquatch creature out there? I thought you did.
San Diego has the Proctor Valley Monster and the Proctor Valley Ghost.
In Oklahoma, they have the Bigfoot is really big there. I actually have a hat with Bigfoot on it. It's the ninth most Bigfoot sightings in the country is in Oklahoma. We take pride in that.
Strider, did you ever go on the Bigfoot hike tour that guy that was real famous in the 70s took, that he apparently, found all the evidence, which is later proven to all be bullshit? But yeah, you could go on a little Jeep and they'd take you to all the sighting locations.
That's fun. No, I never got to.
It was fun. It was fun as hell.
Cool. I was hoping to run into Bigfoot in Montana. But I Montana, Wyoming, Yellowstone, whatever. I operate on
Skin Rockers in Texas.
Idea.
Oh yeah.
That Sam might actually be a Bigfoot. That's why we've never seen him.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna
I'm
say,
not convinced you aren't one, Savage Dad.
Oh, go ahead, Comics.
No, you're good. I was gonna say I got the double whammy because we're originally from New Jersey, so we got the Jersey Devil down, the Pine Barrens down there, and then we actually live in Pennsylvania, and we're close enough to some things that we could take a day trip to Gettysburg, which you can imagine all the stuff that's around there.
Yeah, there's a shit ton of ghosts to Gettysburg.
And then we're also not too far of a drive from the northern part of the Appalachian Mountains, so God knows what's walking around down there.
It's not a matter of if there's something up there, is what exactly is. It's what and how many.
You've got the Mothman. You've got all the Kentucky Goblin aliens out in the hills. You've got dude, there's a ton of cryptids.
There are actually a lot of monsters and cryptids set in Kentucky. Like, I think Kentucky has the most out of any other place.
No, Kentucky really does, dude.
I know Pennsylvania's close because you guys. Pennsylvania has my favorite one. They've got the squonk, which is the greatest monster cryptid thing. It's something that's super fucking ugly, right? And it just wants attention, and it walks around crying all the time. And if it sees its reflection, it'll get stuck crying and staring at its reflection until it drowns in a puddle of its own tears.
My ex was like
that. Sounds like a jet.
I was going to say, that sounds like my
Theo dated that.
Was she like that before or after you dated her? That's the
no comments.
Theo over here, the cryptid whisperer. He's just looking for a female. That's mommy.
We're all afraid of the Mothman. He's asking if it's got a pussy.
It's just your average blue-haired liberal woman.
I want to pull up what Samuel said here before. Demon is a reductive term, though. Hamlet had it right. There are more things in heaven and earth than your philosophy you've dreamt of. Right. Well, you all felt stupid.
Yeah. Have you guys done any looking into the CIA's research into the spirit world during the Cold War?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's nasty shit.
What do you call it? What's the term? The location.
Not MK Ultra, but something else.
Yeah.
No, well, MK Ultra did this. MK Ultra did that shit too. The what is it? The location.
The remote viewing.
Remote location.
Remote viewing. Remote viewing.
Remote viewing. Psionics. Like there's actually a company kind of taking a spin-off Skinwalker Ranch called Skywatcher that is supposedly found a way to actually summon things like UAVs. So they've started classifying some of these things, and they've got a lot of videos that they're starting to post on YouTube about them because they've managed to use that. Supposedly they're using psychically attuned human beings out there to understand when they're coming. They've got at least interesting videos about it. But there's
how many movies have we seen where this has backfired horrifically? Let's not do this.
Literally
let's
all
not
of them.
Let's not tap into the supernatural, please.
I
Okay,
think
but this might be the one time it's a good thing.
One at a time.
I don't think
There's
some
so
of
much-
this is supernatural. I think it's becoming more prevalent these days than it used to be in the past. Like people used to complain that why aren't we catching these things on camera? Why don't we see? Well, like people are now, because before people weren't really looking. There's actually people going out there specifically trying to find this shit and expose it. And I think it's pretty fucking interesting. I've been in a fucking rabbit hole this weekend, though. I started my week by looking at the maybe debunked videos of the Malaysia Flight 370 being teleported away while being circled by drones.
And I still think that there's some truth to it just being the parallel dimension or, theory where it's already right here. It's not like on another planet. It's another plane of existence that overlaps. So the reason we only see things for a second and then they're gone is because it's just kind of shifting in and out. Yeah, kind of like, did you watch that? There's that old Joe Rogan episode where they're talking about the DMT experiments the CIA did, where they put, I think it was 4 or 5 people in isolated rooms on a massive dose of DMT, and they were all having conversations with the same entity, could describe it the same ways. The conversation was carried on from one person to the other while they were all they had zero communication with each other. It was impossible. They were completely isolated.
Well, remember, every single person who's done DMT reports that the elves.
Yeah, I was going to mention the Clockwork Elves. I don't think that's a coincidence.
They all report that they're also. They all report that they're really racist. Like every single black person who ever do DMT swears that they've been called the N-word by the Clockwork Elves.
Well, they'll get along here just fine.
Maybe I need to try to see what they say to me.
The Clockwork Elves elect Vagabond their new leader.
You're white passing. You can see on me.
They granted the Burger King crown.
They're the ones really behind the No Kings.
They appoint him king of the black people, like Peter Griffin.
No, but I think the next thing I'm gonna try is ayahuasca. I have a friend that I think he moved to Arizona, so I'm gonna try to go there.
Oh,
I had peyote,
dude.
I did peyote. It didn't do anything for me.
Watch out.
Yeah, I didn't feel anything. I was at a sweat lodge, so maybe that's why I didn't feel anything. I got the heat.
No,
so
the sweat lodge should amplify it. I was gonna say watch out, because if you're out at a res party and somebody tells you like it's fucking peyote or something, like half the time it's just weed fucking rubbed in some other shit, and it's gonna make you sick.
No, it didn't make me sicker. I mean, I sat there, and so in the sweat lodge you do like the little prayer in the circle out loud. And
that's legit. That was legit.
My friend was sitting there at so like well, I'm not gonna say their names, but like, so my friend goes first, and I'm just sitting there like, damn, how long is this fucking prayer for? This shit. Sorry.
I kind of got stuff to do, guys. Can we hurry along?
He was like talking to the stars, the moon, and all this type of stuff, and I'm like, hurry up already. Well, the worst part is when
water molecules, the air molecules, the
shaman guy, he would pour water on you so you get like ice cold, and he'll open up the thing. I'm like, oh, just turn on the heat already and shit. And so, oh man,
get to the drugs. This guy sucks.
No,
I
but
believe that. Oh, sorry, Vagabond. Keep going.
Oh no, I think like a couple weeks before I did it, they did it with a different group, and one guy, I guess he was taller than the little teepee thing, and he couldn't take anymore, so he stood up, and he was a big guy, so he ran with the whole teepee on top of him and shit.
I'm freaking out, man! I joined as a tent.
I know, right?
All right, let's get back to this. Oh, go ahead, and then we're going to get back to this article.
I'm pretty convinced that there's a lot of these objects that we see that kind of blink in and out of existence and other things. Like I honestly believe that they are things that exist. Like we are beings that exist in 3 dimensions and perceive 4 dimensions because we perceive time very well. Actually, it may be why they abduct and test us, because they want to understand how we perceive the dimension they exist in. They may exist in a 4th dimension and probably perceive 5, maybe 6, who knows, but they exist in a dimension that we do not. And so we catch glimpses of them occasionally. And now that we have more technology that detects more things and the edges of the periphery of things we once barely understood, we see more of it. And we're going to probably continue to keep seeing more of it, especially as we fuck with science that we don't understand in black sites in Nevada.
Well, and that's the problem. We shouldn't be messing with that stuff. We have enough problems as it is, both here in the country and just on a global scale. We don't need to be messing with stuff we don't understand. And also,
as long as we're doing it, and Russia and China, and as long as China's not at parity with the shit that we're fighting out in Skunk
Nobody needs to be doing. There's some things we just don't need to fuck with.
And
you know,
when
to
it
your
comes
point
to alien,
about things.
Go
ahead, Comics.
No, I was just gonna say, in the alien stuff, I don't need to end up like Eric Cartman with the anal probe. That anal probe in my ass, guys. Don't be talking about me.
Eric
That's good.
Thing.
That's awesome.
If you believe like the shit that from the guy from here in Arizona, if you ever go watch a movie Fire in the Sky, if you want to get creeped out about fucking aliens,
great
that
movie.
was based on his experiences from Man from Snowflake, Arizona. That's an unsettling movie, and they shot it in the most unsettling way they possibly could and presented it as fact. And I think until the day he died, his story never once changed. He always stuck to it. So,
And
even though the government tried everything they could to discredit him, why would they go out if he was just a nut job? Why would they give a shit and waste all the money and resources on discrediting him? Go ahead, Arzakhan. Then I want to get back to this article.
To Prof's point about things blinking in and out of existence, one thing that we have found is matter and things are constantly blinking into existence temporarily. It's been especially noticed in controlled vacuums, but we have seen matter appear out of nothing, but at the same time, like the balance stays the same because like a lack of matter appears in another place, which makes like antimatter basically appears in another place, and both appear for like half a second and then disappear.
Arza, spend your weekend digging into something called the coherent matter wave beam. I want you to research this.
We'll talk more about that in just a minute. I want to know what that is now. Damn it! I want to get back to this article. Like, why'd you have to say something interesting? All right. The game likely originated as a creepypasta. The oldest version of it I've been able to find on the internet dates back to August of 2010. Yeah,
I've seen
okay.
older ones.
Pasta.
I was digging through
whatever
Reddit
that's
threads
worth.
with older mentions.
Yeah, but I mean, they could lie on Reddit too, unless already
They can?
There were links, but
okay,
Yeah.
okay. If you actually,
Do you guys follow
Something
David
like-
Icke? Just wondering.
I know
David
who
Icke?
that is.
Oh, David Icke.
I don't. So fill me in.
Oh, there. Okay. So he was a guy, like, he's been around like longer than just as long as Alex Jones, but he was more into like all the cryptids and ghosts and alien stories. So he would do interviews and stuff around. His famous one was with the Zulu Shingoma Credo Mudwa.
He's the British guy. Yeah, I do know who that is.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there's an interesting interview. It's about 8 hours long if you can watch the whole thing. So
2 times speed, baby.
Yeah, but it's an 8-hour interview with Zulu Shingoma on the Incredible Moodwa. He's talking about the Chitori is what the Zulu called reptilians, and how they got like so it's real interesting. I just even I haven't finished it, but it's not just him. He does a bunch of interviews and stuff like that.
We'll have to talk more about that as well. Okay, so 2010 is the earliest, at least this author could find. Still, though, it became a popular activity for thrill seekers, largely because it's easily performed in your own home with minimal supplies. I wonder if it's something we could do on a live stream and see how badly that turns out for all of us. as with all most dangerous games, proceed at your own risks. If you must proceed at all, it is recommended that you do not, under any circumstances, play this games. And then it proceeds to give you the rules.
Here's exactly how to do it.
You could rent an Airbnb so it's not your house and it's somebody else's, and then you just leave and don't have to worry about it the next day.
So really great, except for the hauntings,
I still think this might be something fun to do on a live stream on Halloween with everybody.
Online,
see what happens. If we can, yeah. All right. Players, at least one. I mean,
principle.
That's all games. At least one. Requirements: 1 candle, a lighter or a book of matches. Okay, a piece of paper, writing equipment, pin, sterilized pin, like a sewing pin.
But a 3-wick from Bath and Body Works.
I'm sure it would. A wooden door closed. Salt. Okay, I've done a seance, and that was when I was a stupid teenager, and that was not. That was a horrible night. That's how I saw the salt, and I'm like, oh fuck.
I used to prank call psychics, and I had this app where I can put in 2 phone numbers, and it makes the phone numbers call each other. I was just messing with them. Sorry.
That's kind of horrible.
Well, if you're psychic, you should have seen this call coming.
All right. Instructions. The invitation. Begin prior to midnight. Write your full name, first, middle, and last on the piece of paper with your writing equipment. Prick your finger. Oh fuck.
Really? Why?
Squeeze a drop of blood as it appears. Yeah. Dot the blood on the paper, allow it to soak in. Turn off every light in your home. Now I wonder if your computer screens would count as light. Place the paper with your name on the blood in front of the closed wooden door. Light the candle, use matches or a lighter and place it on top of the paper. If you're using a taper, make sure it's placed in a candle holder. Knock on the door 22 times. The final knock must occur precisely when the clock chimes 12 a.m. Open the door, then allow the candle to blow out. Close the door. Relight your candle immediately. The main event. Keeping your candle in hand and your salt and matches or lighter close by. Begin to move about your home. Should your candle go out, you must relight it within the next 10 seconds. If you are unsuccessful, continuing moving about your home, do not stop moving until 3:33 a.m. Now that's a specific. I think that's a witching hour.
Well, that's
if you're unsuccessful.
I'm reading Selena's comments.
If you're unsuccessful in your relighting of the candle, immediately surround yourself with the circle of salt and remain inside the circle until 3:33 a.m. At 3:33 a.m., it is safe to stop moving or step outside your circle of salt. You may also turn on the lights. The game is over.
So what's the game? What's the point of this? What are we supposed to see?
You are not. I've seen this on Supernatural.
No, this was not an episode of Supernatural. You liar.
the salt thing is an old. It's an old.
Yeah,
it is an old.
Yeah. If you've ever done a seance, you have to pour a thick circle of salt around the circle of the table.
Yeah.
I didn't know ghost demons had high blood pressure and have to avoid salt, but okay.
Purity of salt.
my thing is a bunch of rich kids had to have come up with this, because who the hell has a grandfather clock that will strike midnight anymore? Like, what the hell?
Yeah.
No, a lot of people.
That
do
would
it.
also involve you open up your
Doing it with
phone.
the
to
timer
tell
on
the
their
time.
phone.
Yeah.
Probably some
No lights,
hipsters
though.
like
Screens are
collect
supposed
some
to be
shit.
off.
I mean, I have a bunch of watches, but I can't see anything if the lights are off. So what's the point?
Your
They don't
watch
roll
doesn't
in
glow in the
dark.
dark. What a loser.
So the point is
Well, my
Well, it
girl
depends
was
what
that
type of
Timex
watch.
from
I have a
Taco Bell
calculator
to go.
watch that doesn't light up at all.
Mine
I like
tells me
calculator
to
that turns
your
booze
phone-
when I turn upside down.
you can leave your phone on the lock screen. It has to be dark enough that you can't see in front of you is kind of the intent. And the circle of salt has been borrowed by a lot of people, but it is an old Celtic
That's an old thing.
Salt and it's something about the purity.
But again,
of salt.
I'm just confused. What's
Same
the
with
point of
moving
this?
water. If you lived
Yeah.
around a river, you could probably avoid it that way as well. Midnight.
What happens if we
the
fail?
time zone you happen to be in,
I
and
was
the
gonna say,
20
that's
the
a
22
valid
minute
question.
thing is actually
Yeah,
another
we couldn't
thing
do this because we're all in different time zones.
Well, but here's the thing. Here's the thing. The total darkness thing. When you're knocking 22 times, like I can already see where this is going. Like your brain is gonna fit because you're expecting this to happen. When
Mhm.
it's total darkness, your brain is gonna be filling in all this shit because that's what happens with the sensory deprivation stuff. Your brain creates
Mhm.
stimulus for you to experience, like to kind of keep itself
It
entertained
isn't even your
whenever
brain
you've been
creating
completely.
stimulus.
Yeah, so this is you're going to be expecting to see something, and so when you're in complete darkness, your brain's going to fill in. So I can already see how
That's
this
the
is
thing.
probably all an illusion.
Strider, you're in complete darkness. So like when a lot of the people report feeling it got colder and everything else. So, like, when you're in complete darkness, your body, your senses are adjusting out. You have no sight ostensibly in the darkness, so your other senses kick in. You're hearing, you hear more shit.
Mm.
You know, when you're outside in the dark, when you're in the woods in the fucking dark of night, you hear more shit.
I mean, if you want to do a
smell
really weird thing that you can do at any moment, go into your bathroom or something, make sure that there's just like a barely any light, just enough that you can almost see your reflection, and just stare at your eyes. If you do
I've
that
done
for more
that.
than like
It's
10
scary as
minutes,
fuck.
you faces begin popping up in the mirror all
Yeah,
around
I've
you
done
in the
that.
darkness.
It's scary.
Yeah, that's why you're supposed to do that. Like if you're doing the old Bloody Mary goof from the
Mhm.
90s, when you're a
Oh,
kid,
shit.
you're supposed to go in there and you're supposed to stare in the mirror without blinking in the dark for exactly 1 minute, and then do take deep breaths and say Bloody Mary either 3 or 10 times, whatever.
You just
And
reminded
then
me of
piss
shit.
yourself because you're 9 and retarded.
No. I won't do that game. I just go and I will say Biggie Smalls.
You
Biggie
beat me
Smalls.
to it, damn it.
Biggie Smalls.
That's where I was gonna go with next.
All right, now
All
I know
right,
for a fact that
additional
Ryan would in
notes.
fact piss himself.
When I was not, dude, that Bloody Mary shit traumatized me. That fucked me up until I was a teenager, pretty much. From 9 until I want to say 12 or 13 is when I quit being a pussy about it. But I would like reach into the bathroom to flick on the, after doing that once, I didn't never want to go back in the bathroom again. Yeah, it started fucking what you were saying, Strider. You would see like weird face. Everything just looked off, and I was of course I psyched myself out because doing that. But then I grew up and took acid, and I don't see what all the fuss is about.
Well, as a kid, your brain wants to believe it because you want to be on all the fun. So it's a perfect storm of creep, but it's kind of a fun memory.
Yeah.
So
what's your you've been a little quiet, Emerald. What's your take on any of this shit?
I'm not one that's easily swayed by this crap. I think it's a lot more that people make it up in their heads, and exactly that. The whole point that you see those things. Well, yeah, because even though it's in the dark, your eyes are still firing a bit when getting it and stuff like that. I mean, the whole point. Close your eyes, and even putting a little pressure, and you see different colors, and you see all this other stuff. I mean, it's your mind playing around with it. Do I think there are demons? Yes, but that's more on the biblical side of things, of between heaven and hell, and those that are in the in between. In our world, yeah, you want to know what? I think they really don't give a fuck about us. That they're really going to mess with us. I think they have their own little things between heaven and hell, and that they're messing with each other. But that's just.
Turns out the Midnight Man just Kamala Harris and drag.
Jesus Christ! What were you going to say, comics?
What a terrible thought.
No, just the Midnight Man's actually just Big Mike Obama. That's who it is.
It's ma'am.
Yeah. You invited me into the house.
Yeah, Mike and Kamala Harris just show up at your house at midnight. You didn't blow out your candle. We got a box of wine. We're here to party.
Horny middle-aged
Additional
women.
notes.
Yay, my dream.
The midnight game.
If you do it, but if you do it just slightly wrong, you're going to end up having Nancy Pelosi's husband show up with a hammer.
Fuck no. Officer, I swear he was here.
I swear he was here just giving me some tips on stocks.
Yeah,
Underwear hammer
At
parties.
3 a.m.
Okay.
He shows up. Not again.
Hold on. The midnight game may be played with more than one player. In this instance, all players are principals, such as each player must perform the invitation individually. Oh, that gets complicated. The invitation welcomes an entity known as the Midnight Man into your home. The goal of the game is to avoid meeting the Midnight Man in the dark. Continually moving about your home will make it more difficult for him to find you. You have to have a big home to do this shit.
I'm fucked then. I live in a
Oh,
one-bedroom
no.
apartment.
It's like my home ends like right over there.
I'm walking in a circle and he's just too slow to catch.
Yeah.
Well, what if you just want to invite him because you're just kind of like lonely and want someone to watch like a movie with you?
We've got
We're just gonna watch a movie and then I'll let you go.
Yeah, you need someone to watch a Knight's Tale.
We're just here to watch a movie.
Come on, man. Don't
Midnight Man sitting on your mattress like, oh fuck.
but didn't
I just want to
Dahmer?
go home, Jeffrey Dahmer.
But didn't Dahmer abduct specifically like gay non-whites?
Yes.
Yeah.
So this is Midnight Man.
I mean, supposedly they taste the best, so.
Let's see. Accounts differ as to what befalls players that are caught by the Midnight Man. Some claim he will induce a hallucination of your worst fear until the end of the game. Others claim he will remove your organs one by one. Both outcomes sound, unpleasant.
Must be avoided at all costs. What lovely language.
Yeah.
I've got an organ for the
Indications-
Midnight Man if he's willing.
I mean, if I could have a choice between one of the two, I would probably choose the hallucination for a couple hours, and I would rather have that than have all my organs removed one by one.
So the whole game, this sounds like a combination of the old Bloody Mary thing, of a seance, and of the movie Candyman from '94.
Oh yeah.
So
Only one way to
I'm
find
really
out,
thinking it's just a
Byron,
creepy
is to
pasta,
describe it
but
tonight.
I don't have a big enough place, and plus, I don't think.
And you want to know what? Don't let Hollywood see this because they will make a movie about it.
Oh, I'm sure.
We should find Jeffrey Epstein's old
Do you
apartment.
remember
and
how
go there. Someplace
convinced?
deserves to be
Do you remember
haunted.
how convinced they had everybody that Slender Man was a real thing?
Oh yeah,
that was just a creepy
Yeah.
pasta. I mean, fucking some stupid goth girl stabbed her friend over that shit.
Yeah,
I can fix her.
Honestly, I think they just hated
Yeah.
that friend because I don't think nothing about Slenderman had anything to do with sacrificing anybody else.
No.
Well,
I
ended up
think
seeing
she
the
was just
documentary
crazy to begin with.
Yeah, the
I think they
documentary,
just
I
used
don't know.
Slenderman to blame it. Oh, my bad.
No, go ahead, Vagabond.
No, I was just saying, I think they just used the Slenderman game or the Slenderman lore to like, oh, well, we were just like trying, kind of like one of those insane pleas where it was like, oh, we were just, we didn't mean it. We're just trying to summon Slenderman or whatever.
Like,
There
the
was a
witch
mini
told us to do
docuseries
this.
about it. That's actually what it was. They weren't even goth or anything. It was just more or less kind of an excuse to kill this girl that for whatever reason these two other girls didn't want around anymore.
I'm sure she deserved it.
Like a woman deflecting blame.
See, the goth girls in the '90s were a lot cooler. They just cut themselves.
They're hot.
Yeah, dude. That's what I'm saying. Goth girls are washed, man. Goth girls are over. I'm on to hot Nazi chicks
yeah,
now.
we already know.
Theo, have you seen the hot
You and
Nazi goth
Strider.
chicks? You can have both.
Wait, hold on. Wait,
yes.
Hold on. We might have to do a segment on Touch Grass about this. Are you ready with the links? Are you ready? We'll have
I
to
can
go
try
through
and
some of
find
these
some.
hot Nazi chicks profile. We might do a segment on my show about that. All my favorite Nazi chicks from Twitter. I got a few I really like.
Worst BuzzFeed article ever.
You and Strider should definitely like both of you should host that show.
Man, I did not see
Man,
that.
you say you read a book about the rise of Nazism one time, and everyone thinks you got a little SS hanging, SS flag
You,
hanging.
you say it one, you read the book, but you bring it up constantly.
Hey, Spider, we hung out in Vegas. We already know you have swipe right on your phone. I mean,
yeah, exactly.
I invented swipe right.
The one thing I don't know is how the sex
No,
position
I don't have an
virtually
SS
works.
flag hanging up. It's SA.
Bro, we've
Strider's all in for the Aryan women in Hugo Boss. That's his king.
if you drink with Strider,
driving Volkswagens.
if you drink with Strider every 2 minutes, he's like, and this other cool thing that Hitler did. It's just like every 10 minutes.
As Vaughn Coleman runs into
You know,
the
he started the he started.
It's like,
the,
I'm not saying he was
endangered
right about
species list.
everything.
But
but that's when Vaughn Coleman runs in with his alien cup, whatever.
All right. So who do we have on the panel that's a fan of the Friday the 13th film series?
Never seen.
I like him to a point. I don't care
yeah,
for the modern ones.
I like playing,
just about
Jason
all of
Voorhees
them.
in Mortal Kombat X.
Yeah. No, he's actually really, they made him a really good character in that. I've been a fan of the movies since I was a kid. I like that how bad they are. They're the perfect horror movie they're terrible movies. But then you got to admit, a lot of great careers came out of that. You got Kevin Bacon. You got the composer went on to do I think he won an Academy Award later on. I could be wrong. I got to double check that.
Besides Alien, my favorite series was also The Omen.
Yeah, that's more of an artsy, good horror movie. I mean, that's like saying my favorite horror movie is Silence of the Lambs. Well, of course, because that's a good movie.
Great.
I showed
point
that
of
to my
horror
little
movies
sister.
are supposed to be bad.
I showed Silence of the Lambs to my little sister 3 days ago. And she's 16, so she's always on her phone, not watching. She looked at her phone for maybe 10 minutes of that movie. She gave it a 5 out of 5. She thinks it's one of the best movies she's ever seen.
But she didn't watch any of it?
No, she watched almost all of it, except for 10 minutes.
Oh,
That's actually pretty good for a 16-year-old.
Yeah, that's surprising.
That's not bad.
It's just that's the Anthony Hopkins magnetism. That's all it is.
I'm going to eat
Pretty
your
much.
fava bean.
The books are great too.
I'm making her watch the show Hannibal now.
I just need the giant bug movies to come back. Come on, some director, giant mosquitoes and shit. That was my
do you
favorite
remember
one.
Arachnids?
That's what James Gunn should be doing, staying far away from Superman.
Nah, prof, you get that movie out of here.
For a long time.
Nah, I got this. I got this thing about spiders. So when you said arachnids, absolutely not.
What about Arachnophobia?
You should watch
though?
it, but it will fuck
With John
you up.
Goodman and Bill
No,
Pullman. That's a
Oh
classic.
yeah, dude. No, Arachnophobia too. No, fuck that movie.
that's-
too.
What did
Oh,
it for
no,
me
no, no,
was
no, no.
probably
Nope.
I love that
it's
movie.
8 or 9-year-old me watched Eight-Legged Freaks with David Arquette, and I was like, nope,
Oh, dude.
nope,
You wanna know what
absolutely not.
fucked me up
I
at that
don't
age?
get the fear of spiders. If you're gonna
No,
be afraid of
the
something, be
original
afraid of
Stephen
rats.
King
They have
It.
people hands.
I'll kill
The
them. I got no
original-
problem killing them. I don't want them around me.
The
Okay,
original
so
It
I don't know. I see the
fucked
opposite.
me up.
I like rats and stuff. I don't see I could understand the fear of spiders.
It's the biting.
Well, yeah, I could
it's just a
understand.
bu-
the fear of
spiders are
spiders.
just a bug that some of them can kill you if so just
I
Well,
don't
I-
understand
the
the
only
fear of
place-
rats.
Really can't.
The only place of spiders that I would be really truly afraid of is Australia. Now, overall in my area, I'm a little less fearful of spiders. Not really
Yeah,
that
brown-
afraid of
brown
snakes.
recluse.
I'm not.
Is the one. You don't wanna
Yeah.
fuck
Then not really fear of rats or anything like that. I
You're
don't
such
know.
a killjoy with everything. I don't believe in
I
ghosts.
no. I just because
I just
I've
wanna-
not
I just
had
wanna
any
learn to
bad-
code
I've
an
not had any
apple.
bad experience. I've not had any bad experience. Now, celery, that scares the shit out of me.
You said celery.
Celery.
Celery,
Vegetable.
Celery.
Hey, he can't deal with it. It stalks.
yes.
Why?
Don't encourage him.
Yeah,
Don't do it.
see it.
Don't do it. No, don't laugh at that. Don't keep going. If you laugh.
This
Stop
man.
it.
Stop it.
Dad is in my name. I have to laugh at it.
Remember the Maury show where like someone's afraid of cotton balls and shit, and like he's like, there's no pickles in jars here. You sure there's no pickles in jars? And then it's like, bring out the pickles in jars, and the lady be like running around and shit.
Oh my god, it's a giant living pickle.
I remember that one.
I'm Pickle Rick.
No, we had at my first high school, there was a chick that was afraid of cotton balls. So people would like to bring packs of cotton balls to class. She was black, by the way. And then
I know trauma right there.
Same shit. I never my language. I'm like, you're trying to make a commentary on slavery, and I don't believe you, and I'm gonna throw cotton balls at you.
Well, here's the thing. I can understand because if you're rubbing cotton balls,
I wonder how many black people are afraid of D batteries. I heard the chime. So
9-volt batteries.
No, they're 9 volt.
9 volt. Yeah.
Wait, hold on. That's it. That's the perfect plot for the next black-led horror film. It's about the ceiling bird that chirps in the hallway.
Dude, I made a rap song.
The best horror comedy. Vagabond we got to start a GoFundMe. Get Vaughn Coleman to help work on the script for that.
I'll get him with Mike Harlow.
Stalkers trying to kill
films.
Trying to kill teenagers in the hood, but they keep getting mad at each other and killing each other first.
Exactly.
Plot writes itself.
No, you know what you call that self? You call that, or you know what you call that movie? You call it statistics. It's a horror movie.
Yeah. Black on Black Crime, the movie.
It's 50-13.
No, but we had this other dude we knew. He was, I guess, a duck chased him when he was younger or whatever. So he was afraid of ducks, so we always make like duck sounds whenever he was around and shit, just to watch him twitch.
Boosters for the longest time.
Yeah, my little brother has a phobia of small birds that doesn't make any sense. He was never touched by a small bird. They never approached him. They never, insulted him in any way. He just doesn't like sparrows and finches. Why are you quacking? Stop it.
My wife's got a fear of birds too. When we were down in Disney World with the kids a few years ago, we went to Animal Kingdom, and I was damned determined to find the dude walking around as Kevin from Up. I just have him walk up behind her. Needless to say,
afternoon. My name is Russell.
Yeah. Needless to say, she saw him from a distance, and she already started welling up. I was like, "Damn it! There goes my chance."
Ooh.
Yeah, my wife, our friend Selena, she has several phobias, but I think the biggest one would be clowns.
Dude, a good thing you didn't know me in high school. I would have been dressing up as a clown.
It was a big progression for us last year. No, I got to go as Halloween as Art the Clown, and she went as Sexy Pennywise.
Yeah.
So the fact that she is able to do that, we've made improvement over the years. But it used to be she'd see Ronald McDonald and start weeping.
The original,
rightfully so.
The original
he's
hit movie
killed more people than John Wayne Gacy, the killer clown.
Yeah, very true. The original It movie fucked me up when I was
John Kerry.
Hold on.
Tim Curry, right?
Yeah, Tim Curry. No, dude, it was
Iron. Does she like Killer Clowns from Outer Space?
No. And I keep telling her it's a comedy. It's not.
It's really good. You got to watch Killer Clowns from Outer Space. That's like a classic.
I have not.
Dude,
we have not been able to watch it yet.
Next time, managed to make it out to Vegas. We got to go see some haunted shit.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I want to take everybody to the Pioneer.
Let's go be the haunted shit.
I hope you're not talking about me right now.
Next time. If I don't see you guys again until the whole fucking year, until the next thing, which hopefully it's not that long, but the next time I do Vegas, I'm going out. I'm just gonna go fucking stay out by you guys over at Sam's Town, dude, and stuff. Fucking be out, so we can like fucking do shit like just around as opposed to walking around. Like go see.
I am going to try that scorpion shot next time. Or I mean, I could just go buy my own scorpion and dip it in some Jack Daniels.
I can get you some. I mean, fuck, dude. Like, you're not even far away.
Well, was it like $30? I could buy a whole bottle of Jack Daniels for that price.
I've got a whiskey infusion kit. I'll get you some scorpions from the backyard, and I'll put them in the Jack. And in a year, it'll be really nicely aged.
And then here, Dom,
MC,
I'll have what he's having. No, it was
you fan.
A Shaco. I'm having what he's having.
All right.
Exactly right.
How much? Wait.
It's really not important now, but we were talking about the Friday the 13th film series. If you'll notice, there hasn't been one like I think the 2013 remake, which was not bad as far as horror movie remakes go.
No,
it was a
dude,
good
I
movie.
agree.
Lots
the
of
movie was good, and the tits in the movie were like fantastic. That was the best part of the movie.
Honestly, it probably had the best acting of any Friday the 13th movie because I've seen them all repeatedly. I liked.
It didn't have feet. I will give you that, but it had some glorious tits.
Okay,
like,
it did.
You're on a hill.
What was I saying? Yeah, it was good, but then a whole bunch of legal drama happened. Like the video game that was an online game was doing really, really well, and it got canceled. It still exists, but is a pirated fan port that's updated by modders. And they even have a TV show in the works. It's been in the works for years called Crystal Lake. And as soon as they're ready to pull the trigger on it as soon as they can get this legal bullshit worked out. But in the meantime, fans have been making films. There are a lot of great fan-made horror movies out there based on Michael Myers. There's Michael Myers versus Jason one is actually really good. There's a ton out there, but this one just dropped at the stroke of midnight today, Friday the 13th. And I haven't seen it yet, so I'm gonna watch it on here and let's see if it looks like it's any good. Let me bring it up real quick. It's called Never Hike Alone, the final cut official trailer, and we're gonna watch it together now and see if it looks worth a damn. It's only 2.5 minutes long.
This town has a past that no one wants to talk about. If this doesn't work, I need someone to tell people what happened here.
I have not ripped this.
We were attacked.
By what?
Jason Voorhees.
Oh, yeah, we need a talking between pauses.
Yeah. I'm gonna pause.
Was that guy from Sons of Anarchy?
Okay, this looks fucking legit. I can't believe this this does not look fan made.
This is like the shit that Drinker did, dude. This is a little more upscale than fan made. Fuck.
This is in the fact. What sucks is they're not going to be allowed to make any money out of it because
it is very disappointing. I wonder, like, how do you? I mean, this had to cost some money. And the great thing about horror film, this is the thing that horror has on every other genre right now until they bring back like normal fucking comedies, just regular dude comedies. It doesn't like this because I don't recognize any actor or anybody else here. This could have cost them with cameras and shit under $20,000 to do all of this. And like, fuck, dude, if they could just get
volunteers,
super chats on it, man, fuck, they'd make some money, dude. Something.
Well. Yeah, I'm sure there's a way that they're making money without making money off of it to get around the legal issues of using a trademark.
They're getting.
Well, okay, they could probably just post it on YouTube because YouTube's doing movies now. So you got the Prime membership people and people who don't pay Prime and are not using like an ad blocker or whatever. And I'm sure there's some ways they could probably make some funds or revenue from it.
Yeah. Yeah, the big thing is they're not charging tickets to see it. That's the main thing that will get them sued if they do that. But so far, this looks legit as hell. The acting's actually good. I've seen a lot of really this movie, the cinematography looks great, the production value looks great, and a lot of the time the acting is kind of not. Good example of it not being is this and what we watched last week by Morning Mayhem. That was actually had good acting. So that'll get you a long way. But all right, let's finish this up.
He's not.
And the Jason makeup is spot on. Perfect. The actor they got playing him is the right stature. They didn't get somebody too big. That's why Kane Hodder was always perfect, because he's a big guy, but not like, sometimes they just like in the 13, the dude they got was 7 feet tall. Hey, we got Paul Hadouken. What up, Paul Hadouken?
Nice.
All right.
What up, real?
He is real. I know because he killed my mother, my friends. Look, I was at the crime scene the night your son went missing. I know it was Jason. Oh. If you want justice for your son, then you're gonna have to trust me. And we can finally send Jason to hell, where he belongs.
That was a cool sequence.
Oh no! Run!
Now you run?
Yeah.
Oh. That's fucking great!
I also really like that the lead character, the kind of the hero in this, is an old man instead of like a teenager or a mid-20s, shockingly good-looking guy that starred in Supernatural or another, Final Girl.
Exactly.
No, we got some very meek but intelligent older guy.
Hey,
Yeah.
Are you saying this guy isn't hot? Total gilf material,
Dude.
Oh,
Ours is so ready to bang this dude
God
right
damn it.
now. Ours' pussy is wet.
Oh,
I'm fairly certain the person playing Jason is Ryan Reynolds.
Ours doesn't like Ryan Reynolds. Gay guys don't like guys that are too hot.
I'm not bad news for you. I'm not fully gay, Savage Dad, but he's hot because he's wearing a hockey mask. That's all that matters.
Oh, you were talking about? I was talking about the paramedic, the guy. Who's
I was too. I was too.
Okay.
Ours would bang him too.
Oh, that's
ours
why you said
ours is ready for all comers.
Ilf or whatever.
God, Jesus.
All right.
Not the sentiment.
All jokes. All jokes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they did the thing. From I want to say part 6 is when they did the little parody of James Bond with him walking by the eye.
That was awesome.
I know this guy.
You do?
Yeah, he's a YouTuber.
For what?
It's an internet thing.
People actually watch that?
You'd be surprised.
That's pretty good.
That's actually a
This
funny joke.
Looks fantastic.
It's good. No, this actually works really well. This is.
I'm
Dude,
going to put the
we've been
links
saying
here. I
this.
want to promote this out. This
This
is
I don't really
from,
watch. Go ahead,
Hold on, it's from
This is what
Womp
happens
Stop
when millennials
Films.
say shit. Oh, okay.
Go ahead and say it, Iron.
Oh,
Get it out.
it's from Womp Stomp Films. I want to see if they have anything. They got an Indiegogo, so let's see what that's about for a pre-order. I want to know if this is gonna. It's got to be feature length. I'm gonna put the links in here.
Yeah, I don't know, but like that. Not only they made a good trailer, better than we fucking get. Like even that was a better trailer for that movie than I've seen Warner Brothers do for fucking Superman yet. For fuck's sake, I mean, that was well put together.
Well,
but like this is the thing. Like when it comes to things where you don't have to invest a shit ton of money, where you can film with a, where you can film with one of these and a phone and other types of things. Like there's cameras are so fucking prolific and cheap these days that, like, in all honesty, you just need the quality writing and people who can, at least in horror, act afraid. Or if it came to, like, say, a comedy, people who can just be funny or silly or whatever, or just kind of be something in the moment. Like, shit, dude, I would love to see them, like, go back to the days of comedies like fucking Pineapple Express and Old School. You don't have to spend the fucking money on this shit. You just need people who vibe together properly, and you need somebody who understands the way to put a funny story together. A good comedic
Look, I've
story
said it
together.
before.
Comedy and horror.
Manage your budget well too.
I've said it before.
Mhm.
I don't think what we need is comedy. What we need are rom-coms specifically. I think
Well,
that
I don't know if you're
not for any
seeing-
gay reason. Not for any gay reason. I legitimately think that rom-coms, they're easy to make. You don't need a very good story because the story is just two schmucks falling in love. And you can basically recycle the same couple of attractive actors and actresses, and you can shit out
Or
20 of them in a
comedy.
year.
Going back to horror because it's my fucking show and I don't want to talk about rom-coms.
I don't know if anyone's
comedy in
seen. There
general,
actually
not-
is.
So-
It looks like a Nora Ephron rom-com releasing this summer with Dakota Johnson. Like with Dakota
know who those
Johnson,
people are.
Chris Evans.
Boot him.
Strider.
Thank you.
Strider. There's a reason Strider makes his own.
Anybody
birthday
else?
speech, and we're all listening to it.
You know what?
I got
You're
a
on
Korean
to-
one to talk about, but it's
Oh,
weird
thank
and it's
God.
good.
I made it to the top row. Let's go.
Thank God.
Dude.
This feels better already.
Hey, all I know is Hallmark's got some really good.
Strider,
Oh.
you gotta
I earned
you
it.
gotta
I earned
behave.
it. I own it. I own it. Go ahead.
Okay, I was just gonna say
didn't
it's about
say
a chick
anything.
with swipes in her wrist at first.
Now, let's be fair,
me.
everybody. Strider started with ours because ours is gay. That's all. They had nothing to do with rom coms.
And the love of her
turning
life
Strider.
was
Going
right
back
there.
to
and she
horror
didn't know it
movies.
the entire time.
Right.
Hey, horror
So-
movies. We were talking about that, weren't we?
Yeah,
I was
exactly. We're
I was
talking
in a
Friday the
pilot for a
13th.
horror film, a
Oh,
slasher.
you were.
Yeah, so it's the premise. I think I told you guys before, and I showed you pictures. So the premise was there's a missionary family that's in Africa, right? And they all get killed except the kids, and like we kill everybody or whatever. We kidnap the kids and brainwash, and mind you, the kids are white. We brainwash the white kids that hate white people. So when they grow older, they move
Called
to
Los
like
Angeles
Europe
movie.
and like Americas and stuff, and they become like they're twin brother and sister, and they become serial killers wherever they go.
That actually sounds pretty good. I like that.
Well, I know Mike
Oh,
Carlos pitching a horror movie about gay people, but like also super base and conservative.
Is
With
he
some pretty
pitching
cool
or is he
people.
catching?
Yeah,
He
no,
doesn't make both. I'm pretty sure.
Mike's movie looks cool. It's definitely going to be, to a specific taste. We'll put it that way.
Yeah, Arza, you should
I
be
like
trying
horror
to get into
movies,
that
and
movie.
I'm open-minded, so I'll go fucking check it out in a heartbeat. And Mike's pretty fucking creative. The style just on the movie poster looks dope as hell. But yeah, it's going to be definitely of an acquired taste.
Do you watch Asian horror films?
Yes, I love Asian
Weird
horror.
Asian horror films. Asian horror can be
Only for
good.
the tentacles.
But kind of going back to
Arthur
this,
really
what we
likes
just watched was a low budget found film but it had good acting. I didn't count even one. Normally, even studio horror movies, you'll watch the trailer like this looks good, and then a line will be delivered by a bad actor. Just the writing, something that's like, ugh. Even that YouTube joke at the end, that was pretty good.
Yeah,
dude, that was all on point.
Did it
I
well.
could not. If you fucking put that movie and you threw who the hell owns the license to that, like Paramount or some shit, and you threw like fucking big name studio in the front of it, like if you clipped that and you made your own like trailer of it where it looked like it was coming out of a studio, I wouldn't have fucking known, dude. That looked fucking fantastic. That's
I'm gonna reach out to these guys. I don't know where they're where they stand on issues and things, so they might not want to talk to me.
Dude, who cares? Maybe they just want to talk.
I just if I just be like, hey,
as long as they're
we
not
don't have to
gonna be
talk
like
about the protests.
politics,
I just dig your movie. But
I don't need to hear about Trump, but let's talk about your fucking movie because it looks
because
fucking,
I don't care
pieces
what
on
the
point.
politics are. It looks good. No, another director I'm always harping on is Damien Leone, because he made All Hallows Eve and then the Terrifier movies on a shoestring budget himself, got the funding, and that's turned into one of the biggest things in the world. And it got to show, I think that dude's going to win an Academy Award. Like I would be surprised if they move forward with a DC Justice League Dark film. He would be the perfect director to tap in for that.
Now, that maybe, but what I would rather see him do is say the Demon Etrigan would be fucking way more interesting than don't do a Justice League Dark anytime soon. Give me Etrigan. Give me Constantine. Like having him do a Constantine, dude.
Constantine, I could fill. Etrigan, you'd want somebody who's good at like more midi. Like I would get the guy who directed Thor 1.
Kenneth Branagh.
Yeah, I'd get Kenneth Branagh to do it.
Yeah, Branagh. Well, you know what? In all honesty,
He's
I think
excellent.
you need the two of them because Thor 1 isn't just an old. Etrigan isn't just that though. Etrigan is a demon, and you need to take that kind of shit into respect with Etrigan. That's the thing that, like, I think Branagh could figure it out. Would it be very high level? And you need somebody who's a little bit
Mel
more
Gibson
ingratiated into the Hoarder.
Hell yeah.
Mel Gibson is working on the last part of Passion of the Christ, which I think is actually going to be really
what?
From what I'm hearing, it's looking pretty good.
Dude, it sounds
I
like
really-
it's going to be some wild shit, man. Like I'm down.
Theo, you've been quiet a while. What were you gonna say?
No, I'm interested to see how they're going to make a sequel to the Passion of the Christ. Because I mean, he dies
it's
at
the last part of it. It's
so-
after he
Well,
dies.
he dies?
The next part, I guess. I guess it's
Easter.
Well, I guess it's like
portion of it. It's basically him in heaven and the war in heaven. Is what the way Gibson described it. It has some things to do with the war in heaven. It has the fallen angels, and obviously the shit that goes on with the resurrection.
Right.
So it's going to be interesting to see.
I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe
That could be fun.
I always my asshole always puckers anytime Christians try to make art. You know, ever since the Sistine Chapel, it's been downhill.
It should.
You
But
didn't
like,
like God's Not Dead?
Like even
Yeah.
hold on. Even in the sphere of comic books, it has been done in a way that isn't exactly crap. Like
No, that's true.
I've
He's
got
got a
like,
point.
dude, this was like it's called the Kingstone Bible, but really it's a graphic novelization of the Bible, and I believe it's 6,000. Like, look, this is what it is. It is 3 2,000-page books, graphic novels of it. Like, dude, it's actually good. It's interesting. The art is good, and it blows my mind. So there are Christians who have created art and created art out of Christianity. I can't remember.
One thing they can't create that's artful is Christian rock. Can we all agree that is just shit?
No, it's
You leave Skillet alone.
I don't know.
Well, here's the thing. I will
Have
say
you heard
this,
of
though.
Flyleaf?
Kill it.
I will say
One at a time.
Yeah,
Having
no.
Adrenaline is pretty awesome in its day.
No, Flyleaf is good for sure. I will say Christian rap has gotten a lot better now that it's okay for them to shit on the gays again.
I think
now that
so
they're
too.
allowed to be homophobic,
and you
it's
know
gotten
what?
a lot better.
And now we'll go Strider and then Vagabond because you guys were all trying to talk at the same time.
Mhm.
I just want to give everybody a turn. What were you gonna say, Strider?
There have been, I mean, just does anyone see what happened to the Newsboys lately with Michael Tate? Yeah, Christian Rock is kind of dying.
Look who it is!
Oh my god! Speaking of-
Oh shit! Is that the mailman from The Sound of Music?
It's the Jersey Devil himself.
That's a great
Vaughn
joke, by the
Coleman.
way. God damn
Speaking
it.
of gay
I think
black
it was
men
that
or
blonde
lady boy
teenage
band.
victim from that film we just watched.
I missed the context. I'm going to assume the joke is funny and laugh.
Thank you.
Vaughn Coleman was out at Camp Crystal Lake this weekend.
I wasn't, but it is in New Jersey, so I should probably go.
You sounded
I know
so
it is.
offensive
That's
when you
why
said
I
that.
made the
I
joke.
wasn't.
No, but we went
promise.
to a school field trip and I think somewhere where one of the movies was filmed. I remember, but it was winter, so I couldn't. And I also hadn't seen the movie at the time. But I'm sure it was cool. Yeah, I don't know which part it was.
Okay, finish your thought, Strider, just before Vaughn so rudely interrupted you.
Oh, I was just making a crack about Michael Tate, the lead singer of the Newsboys, getting in the news lately, and you don't want to Google Michael Tate news and boys. It has a whole different meaning.
Probably a bad idea. Yeah, I just want to
he got caught tipping a couple
before we move
dudes.
on. The first Creed album gets more shit than it deserves.
It's good,
That's all I'm
dude.
gonna say. Move
Creed's
on.
good,
Oh,
man.
God, you
would
had to
like
open.
Creed.
Why'd you have to mention Creed while Vaughn's here? I might as well go to the bathroom. You guys are going to be talking a while. I'll be right back.
No, I won't actually. I'll save it for the black.
My favorite
the
song
back
there.
room. Save it
I
for the
said
back room.
move
You know
on
what?
after that. I just wanted to make the statement.
Yeah,
Everyone
no, you
move
know what?
on.
Let's
Vagabond,
talk
go.
about something else out of pure spite.
How about my little cotton ghost? I'm
sure.
I'm
We'll
scaring
talk
two
about-
groups of people that are afraid of cotton and ghosts. So I'm just saying.
Ridley,
And
you
You know
what?
what?
I just wanna
It's
say,
that Family Guy
nice
where
new
where
camera angle.
It's like that Family Guy bit where Peter
Hold on.
puts on a clan outfit, carries a torch, and goes into Jerome. Oh, fire ghost! Ooh.
Look, we can see his entire face now. It's amazing. No, just plain forehead.
I was working that time, and I did
By the-
not know.
By the way,
start talking about rom-coms.
Emerald, were you the one who changed his name on my software to the forehead? Was that you?
Because Theo and I were going to go right. I can fix her, and the name was the forehead. And I was like, "Fuck you."
To be fair,
It did that
Theo,
on its own,
I
let's
think
be
you and
honest.
you and Vaughn have similar hairlines. I'm just gonna put it out there.
Mine's better.
You know, since we're talking about something completely different than what Iron wanted us to talk about, have you guys seen the AI clips going around of the cops?
Which ones?
No, enlighten us.
Oh, there's just been nonstop AI videos coming out of either Bigfoot vlogging or cops
I
being
love
handed
that.
something that's colored black and then pulling out their guns.
Did you see the also the Loch Ness Monster with its podcast? I'm entertained by those, dude. I want to see more of that shit. I'm down.
Loch Ness
No, if you guys have the links, put them in the chat and we'll pull them
Did
up.
it ask Bring for the links tree up. Fitting? Let's get into it.
Tree fitting.
No, but funny story. Before Iron kicked me while you're doing that. So I don't know, because I was watching Phoenician Scheme. There was a trailer that did show up with Dakota Johnson, Chris Evans, and Pedro fucking Pascal in a rom-com. So it was pure 90s, early aughts cheese. It's like, are they trying to bring this back now? How is this even allowed? This is kind of made me laugh. It's like, did I slip through a time portal here? Am I in the right timeline? These don't exist anymore. It's kind of like, I don't know. Maybe because to Ars's point, like rom-coms and horror movies is how low budget studios made a bunch of money back. So maybe they're bringing that back finally.
Well, I don't want the studios to do it. I want independent people to create.
Right. And this one's definitely all
Because-
Hollywood because, again, Pedro fucking Pascal, he's in everything. But Pedro Pascal's like the rich, successful guy. Like, really? That guy? He looks like an old shoe leather. And you got Chris Evans being the flannel-clad. Well,
He's the most handsome man in Hollywood.
Well, he is
got one of
playing,
those videos put up
playing
there.
type. He's the flannel-clad metrosexual bum, so it makes sense. But
Speaking
Dakota
of
Johnson,
metrosexuals,
I'm just gonna put it out
how
there.
you doing, man?
Ours is better looking than Pedro Pascal, and half is gay.
I was actually just talking about this on another show. I think Pedro Pascal is a complete psyop because like all the like normal women think he's weird looking and effeminate, and like all the women who are TikTok brained are the ones that are like gaga
for sure.
over him. So I think it's a deliberate psyop to depress the birth rate.
Dude, I gotta say, I love that one clip. It just shows, how women really can be psyoped. It's where Pedro Pascal's holding the woman's hand because he's nervous, and it's like, all right, if it was a 300 or 400 pound man next to him, he would not have reached for that hand.
Men should be laughing at him, and women should be repulsed by that. That's
No. We got to do it.
That's how the human species
See,
succeeds.
the worst thing though,
baby, I
the
gotta
worst thing is
grab
that's
your
the right
tits. I have
reaction.
anxiety.
Pedro Pascal got away with telling Dakota Johnson to open an OnlyFans, and I can't do that to women.
What?
No, he told Dakota Johnson she's so hot she should open an OnlyFans and post her pussy on the internet.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
No, he
work.
said feet. No, and it was also the whole thing. He was trying to make a joke, and he wasn't good at it. Something you can relate to, Arza.
Only half the time.
And it came off like, But so I'll give him kind of credit for that. He was trying to in one of those group panels be kind of funny, and it came off like, you want the young woman like half your age to open an OnlyFans.
That's so crazy because it's like when you tell someone, "Hey, you should open an OnlyFans," what you're saying is, "Hey, I'd like to beat off to you, and I'd be willing to pay for it."
Which is something Theo has said to women.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't.
Sometimes it's better to be straightforward.
Yeah, I always find it's better to be straightforward. I always lead with that. It's like, "Hello, I'd like to be inside you later if that's what you're open to." Actually said. Never mind. I'm not going to tell that story on the podcast. Never mind. It's fine. We're fine.
Pedro Pascal is the reason why. Prof and I we talked about this on Sunday with some other people. Pedro Pascal is a big part of the reason why bullying needs to come back in schools to an extent. To an extent. My daughter, she gets bullied at school. Not cool. She's got a disability and all that. But like just the weird kids, they bully away. That's fine because or else they turn into
Theo deserved all the bullying he got. It helped him.
Yeah, I was actually just talking about this with somebody recently. If you don't bully weird kids, then you don't get cool art later.
Yeah.
Like it's like I created a whole persona and then I gaslighted people into paying to see it live. And now I get, and that I would never have done that if I got social acceptance from my peers when I was younger. But now I get to, stand in front of my inferiors and tell them my opinions, and they pay me for it. So
what I'm hearing is the means justify the ends. Got it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think we should be torturing weirdos. Absolutely. I'm strongly in favor of bullying, violent and humiliating as possible. And child abuse.
The guys
too.
from the bullying doesn't stop at school. It has to continue at home.
It has to continue at home. Yeah, that's actually how you cure autism. It's like a decade or more of unrelenting child abuse. See, we don't want to say that. It's not Ritalin. You don't need that. You just need to abuse the fuck out of it.
Ritalin is not for autism, is it?
It's for whatever
like
they can
ADHD.
figure out. Well, it's honestly, it doesn't work for either of them. What it does is it takes boys that have behavior that's difficult to control and it zonks them out and turns them into zombies. So they'll just give it to any boy that they feel like is troublesome.
But the funny thing is, Theo's saying that bullying
They're
helps
handing
with
it out
autism.
like crazy in the late 80s and 90s when I was in school. Because hey, yo,
you were put on it. So was I.
Very briefly, or I think it was suggested. I don't think my
1
mom
year.
pulled the
I
trigger.
was only on it for 1 year, and
I
I'm
was
like,
on it for a
oh.
little bit. On Ritalin for
Again, how many girls were on Ritalin?
None. I know a bunch of
women think they're perfect.
No, I know a bunch of girls who bought Adderall in college, but not
you?
not in elementary school.
I was on
or,
Ritalin.
or they do a lot of or they get prescribed lithium when they're teenagers.
Yeah, lithium is the thing that girls get. Boys get Ritalin. I was on Ritalin for, I want to say, less than 6 months before it almost killed me, and I was in the hospital for a week. And and this is when I was in fucking kindergarten.
Jesus.
And the teachers were pissed that my parents took me off it. Yeah,
we almost killed him. What's wrong with you?
You think this shit with teachers medically trying to like intervene and fuck with children is new today? Nah, bro. This shit existed in the 80s. This shit's been around for a minute.
Dude,
it ain't new.
Here's what happens when you put your kindergarten kid, in the 80s on Ritalin. This is what he grows up to be. Hold on. Let me pull up my screen here.
You don't have to hold your
Man,
screen.
all I
It's
got,
a bunch of them.
I actually am clinically diagnosed with ADD, and all I got was told to sit down and shut up and study.
I tell you what, I work 40 hours a week for these beers to come here and protest and light fires in my streets. Fuck them. Send them to Gizmo. Every fucking last one of these little bitches.
Just one of the many personas of Professor Savage Dad. Now, Comics, you sent this to me, but I saw the birth of this character. I think it was the same night. This fucking madman.
Yeah, the birth of Magnum 69.
Magnum 69 will return again. He is not gone. He's simply on vacation in Hawaii.
And the thing was, we started the stream, and he was just chilling in a t-shirt. He had his. And he pulled the cigar out, and then
No. What
we were
happened was
commenting
that
on the mustache.
Yeah, the mustache comments came up, and then Mo Zamboni asked for something, and the chat started asking for shit, and I'm like, oh fuck! All right, let me turn the camera off. I'll be right back. It's time to bring Magnum 69 back to life.
Well,
and so we brought him back again.
And then my wife started talking too, because with her lovely northern New Jersey accent, so that kind of played into everything, and then it all went downhill from there.
It did. Magnum 69 will return in about less than 3 months, a couple months.
Well, we'll schedule another Sunday stream then in 3 months.
Yes, many a request for Magnum 69.
Aaron, if you want, I did send you one of those AI things. I've got a bunch more pulled up.
I have more than one cigar in hand.
Okay,
that
cool.
was a small one. I actually, one of the things I have to do tonight is I have to go out and get some cigars tonight. I'm getting up at 4 o'clock in the morning, drinking coffee and smoking a pork ass.
Yeah, but what are you doing on the grill?
I'm having a cigar and coffee while I sit out there and stare at my smoker and relax.
All right, let's see what ours
After
is.
you're done with the pork.
100 humans versus a gorilla? Nah. How about Yeti versus 100 fucking beers?
My last igloo got wiped out by an avalanche, and that sucks.
All right, squad, no bait, no hook style. This is ancient technique with a little modern riz. Let's go! Tell me that ain't peak masculinity.
So I had to hook you up, Fabe. Fresh drop, squatch mode.
This go hard. I'm feeling untamed. Beer 99. Beer 100. 100 humans versus a.
Okay, that's pretty good.
There are a bunch of cop ones.
Dude,
There's
these are so
game show
fucking
ones.
100 humans versus a gorilla.
That's fantastic.
Dude,
They're really good.
I need more cryptid podcasts in my life. I actually just got access. I'm not paying. I'm abusing my not student teacher email address to get about 2 years worth of Google's Gemini VO3 for free. So I'm gonna start playing with some AI video now that I can do it.
Yeah,
I want another cryptid. I need another cryptid podcast. I'm in Arizona. I'm thinking about doing the Chupacabra, but I want him to sound like fucking Speedy Gonzalez.
If you want to pull my stream, I can show one of the cop ones. It's almost all black people jokes.
We can do a watch
Okay, is
party
it appropriate?
Animal Planet,
Have you checked it first? For YouTube?
I checked that one
How
out.
inappropriate is it? Is it
It's
appropriate?
appropriate because
because
AI had to generate it.
Don't worry.
AI had to generate it.
On Instagram, so it should be fine.
Is it more appropriate than zombie ass Toilet of the Dead?
Yeah, because that got me in trouble.
It definitely is. Nothing inappropriate.
All right. Sounds like enough evidence for me.
Let's see what we got. We're 7 over. Yeah, I think I might have to turn this off.
Some rich white dude said he'll take me in his submarine to see some old ship. Looks safe and structurally sound to me.
Hey guys, we're halfway there. Just heard a loud popping noise, but Captain said it's normal. Also, check out this state-of-the-art controller.
Check out the hottie I hooked up with last night, and she said she had something called chlamydia, but I eat clams every day. Not sure what she was worried about.
Oh my god, it burns! It burns! What the fuck?
I had one crunch wrap. Now I'm shitting every 30 feet like a scared deer. This isn't food, it's a curse.
I used a leaf. It wasn't a leaf. It was poison ivy in disguise.
Oh, she just said her name used to be Kyle. I respect it. Just wasn't ready to meet the extra fork on the first date.
Just got to third base. Turns out it was bigger than mine.
Here's your black coffee, sir. Black.
Okay, those were funny. That was good.
Yeah.
This is the thing. This is the thing that I like. I'm okay with this AI art because very clearly this is the thing I've realized in fucking with AI to write shit. AI is Theo. AI is not coming for you. AI is not fucking funny. AI does not have comedy. Somebody with at least some kind of fucking comedic sense in their fucking brain had to have scripted those videos.
Yeah.
All right, I've got one more. It's short. It's the best one yet.
Okay, you got your screen already?
Yeah.
There we go.
Well, guess what? You all have the chance to win a brand new Hellcat.
Oh fuck! Oh shit!
Rough.
Oh fuck! Oh damn! I ain't got nothing to say about that. But
I guess I'm dense. I didn't get it. It was the price of rights with.
Oh, Denny, do it again.
Mm.
I can do it again.
Hellcat is a black people thing.
Oh, what is it?
Oh, it was a Hellcat's it's a Dodge. I think it's a Dodge Charger, right? It's kind of like that one that black people like to buy.
Charger.
That's really expensive and worthless.
No, bro, they even just buy Chargers. You start at the Charger. Hellcat is like, I stole this during a riot.
Well, guess what? You all have the chance to win a brand new Hellcat.
Well,
guess what?
Okay, now I get it.
Oh fuck.
All right, now I get it. Now I get it.
Too late.
What's wrong with that car?
No,
If you ever
I'm not gonna
download
lie,
the video, just look at the comments.
Yeah, the comments will help you out. I'm trying to get into this damn video creation.
Oh my god, that's fantastic. Okay, I'm looking up Hellcat in Urban Dictionary.
I'm gonna have to catalog a bunch more of these because they're all
That's a bad
fantastic.
idea, Strider.
Good.
I'm just gonna warn you now.
High
You're gonna find a lot of comments about women.
Yeah, it's
But
just
it's all most of it's all like edgy conservative humor. Like there was a Gen Z police force about how their goal is to walk half a mile in 30 minutes, and how they have to step over a 2-inch brick wall to pass the physical.
Okay, so I guess the joke about Hellcats is because it's like a type of Charger or a Challenger, and having worked in
What's
rental
wrong
cars
with
for a
those
long
cars?
time,
I think they're cool.
black people request those fucking constantly. It was actually a joke in the rental car agency. Whenever we see a black family shows up, like $10, they're gonna ask for a Charger. They always do. Never failed.
I think Chargers are cool. Fuck you.
No, it's a sweet. And the Hellcat is a really it's a really dope trim package. But it is kind of a meme that it's a drug dealer car.
Yeah, like when they start turning corners, they just start slamming into people in the audience or the sidewalk.
I don't know what drug dealers you've met driving fucking Hellcats and Chargers. All the ones I know fucking ride bicycles and take Uber.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. So
You know.
Iron, you're talking
used to
about
know.
the
Used to know.
You're talking about your middle class to lower class drug dealers. Your upper class drug dealers and your pimps, the people in the sex trade, are driving Hellcats. Your weed dealers, your fentanyl dealers, your street powder based drug dealers, they're on bicycles and taking Ubers everywhere. If there isn't a cartel van to drive them around the city here in Arizona, the cartel actually acts as their chauffeurs.
Oh wow!
The Coke
Not even a
dealers
fucking
used to be on
joke.
top
I
of the
wish it
world.
was.
So like Coke dealers went from like Scarface level to now they're like middle management. Man, I hope I can make it up to the big dogs in fentanyl.
Yeah, every Coke
Look at health
dealer ever
insurance.
was just looked like a dork that liked to play with a hacky sack.
used to when I was living in Southern California, I used to see dudes like whipping around in like the souped up Charger or whatever, but it's just like a matter of time before that becomes United States government property, because it attracts a lot of attention. And they can also
lifestyle.
They could just take it.
If you're in the lifestyle.
They could just take it with civil asset forfeiture. They don't even need to that's just ours now, motherfucker. And it attracts a lot of attention. Whereas the guy on the bicycle, you don't necessarily know that guy's pushing weight, and it's a lot more economical.
No,
Well,
dude,
he's
Theo,
on a
I'm
vest
going to
going, like,
argue,
open
Theo.
today.
You
Yeah.
always know these fake homeless guys are pushing weight. Their backpack is fucking bulging with fucking shit in it. And if you do, as I have done, and you follow them out of the neighborhood over to the nearest Quick Trip parking lot, you'll watch them go through their bag and pull out their baggies of shit and make sure they sold the right fucking amount. Like, it's not hard to figure out that they're pushing weight. They barely keep it in their bag in public circumstances where there's more people watching them than within the neighborhood that they're fucking cycling out of.
Before
What
we
you got there?
before
God, I need a
we're
fucking
running
move.
we're running out of time here. So real quick, since late arrival, Vaughn Coleman, what you been getting up to? Why were you late?
Oh, well, I was working. I was at my job, and then one of my jobs, and then also I've been I haven't been on. I've been working like crazy lately, but I'm going to be tabling with Battsauce next weekend, which is going to be crazy. So I mean, the first time meeting him in person.
Right on.
I'm actually.
Are you guys going to be live streaming that at all, or doing anything?
We'll
Dude,
see.
fucking live stream that. You guys got to do a live stream together.
We'll have to do something. Yeah, it's gonna be huge at HeroesCon. There's tons of people there. I'm gonna be selling
I
my
honestly am
books.
pissed that I can't make it out to HeroesCon. I would love to go to that shit.
Yeah, I mean maybe next year, but I've in the meantime I've been writing like crazy. Keep an eye out. Issue 3 is in production. In fact, interior art starts tomorrow. The artist
Did you
is starting
send me
working on
your
3 tomorrow.
Send
Yeah.
me your concept about that big titty.
I did.
Heroine character.
Check
I
your
didn't
Google.
send it. Did you
Big
send it?
titties
I gotta
okay?
check my shit. Where the hell
Check
is it?
it. Check your like
I'm
Google
checking
Drive
it
or
again.
something.
I checked earlier. I didn't see it. I'm like, all right, big tits, superheroine. I want to read.
It's
the
called
concept of it.
Sanguine the Succubus Slayer.
Oh,
she kills succubuses.
Oh,
why would she do that?
I forgot to.
Because all right, I don't know if I want to. I could tell you off air the premise. Oh, other big news. Speaking of writing like crazy yesterday, Theo and I finished our first draft of I Can Fix Her yesterday.
Oh wow,
Fuck you
guys actually finished the first draft.
Yeah,
nice.
I am so
holy shit. That was fast.
I
Remember
think
when you
that
guys
dude,
first
I
started.
really believe that. I really believe there's a lot of fucking potential to that.
It's
It was not that hard. It's semi-autobiographical. So
Why would you know?
We came up with
The main-
literally. I
the
just
main
came up with the name.
protagonist-
I caught up. I just came up with the name within 2 hours on a call. Theo and I had like outlined the story, and then we just wrote it. And the dialogue, it was just so easy. It was honestly one of my easiest scripts. There may or may not be some cameos of some rogue gallery members who may or may not be killed off.
You need it.
Does the black man die first?
To be a somewhat true story.
I don't know, Theo. We hadn't really specified the race, and the individual dies first.
Yeah,
I did
there's still
not-
time.
Yeah, we could.
You guys have an artist
I don't see
you're
this in my
eyeballing for that?
email,
we need this thing called money that we don't have. So
well, well,
if there's an artist that
on
wants
board,
to
maybe
start
you could
off,
crowdfund.
yeah, if there's any
yeah.
artist that can agree to get paid after crowdfund, because I think it's so many people get screwed over. So I know a lot of artists will be like,
no,
you know,
and I agree with you.
You have a pattern of delivering your shit. So I don't think you're gonna find an issue with people willing to pay people on faith with you.
Yeah,
You've got two fucking awesome works that are already out, sold, done, and in people's hands, and the third on the way.
Yeah.
So I don't think it would be too hard to convince an artist to come in on at least do the concept and then do some crowdfunding to get it going.
Honestly, all we need is like the cover. Really, I don't even think we need to sell that much because I think it's already a big enough meme. We just needed titties on the cover.
That you absolutely do. What do you like? Find out. No, seriously, find out what you need for the cover. Like, we can find people to help you, dude. I would love to help you guys. Try to get this fucking even just
that campaign
actualized with a cover to the point that you can start crowdfunding for it, so you can actually get this.
All right.
I think there's a lot of potential in it. The meme is there. The topic is fucking top of mind all over the fucking place. Like, I think,
dude, Theo and I were playing like I think direct. It was kind of scary how many direct lines we came up with. Like, I've heard this from women. Like I think it was like like a lot of it because it was like a cartoonish. There were multiple times during the script where we were like, "Is she too unlikable?" And one of my points I brought up early on is I genuinely, and this is a genuine thought. I think we showed this to girls on TikTok. They're like, she's such a vibe. I love her. Doesn't matter. Like, we could go out of our way to make her like the most unlikable bitch.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter. They will still be like, yeah, Slay Queen goals.
That's the thing. That could have like the highest female audience in the independent comic scene, just for become like a feminist icon like Harley
Quinn.
If
ACOTAR sells stuff, then that might as well.
Dude, I got a great idea.
Yeah,
Vaughn. Just do it as a black and white manga, like an anti-manga with very masculine.
I kind of like the idea of color.
I like the idea of color too, but I'm saying because like women love fucking manga so fucking much. Like if you did it as like a romance manga, but like not because they're all geared towards fucking women.
Well, but the thing is,
even my wife right now will attest to this.
Have you ever heard of a graphic novel?
As a manga reader, I have to disagree with that sentiment. The manga for women is the yaoi and the sojo stuff.
My wife isn't into the yaoi shit. She's into like she found a
yaoi,
manga that's basically a Jane Austen fucking ancient, not ancient, but like Victorian era manga like thing.
They're called graphic novels, Savage Dad.
No, they're manga, not graphic novels. This
Wait,
is
like heritage piece mangas? That sounds fun.
Yes, absolutely, dude. It's a Jane Austen manga, and she's super into it. But I call her out because over to this direction is a pile of like a cube this deep of female geared manga. Manga is geared towards female. primarily. And Vagabond, you can argue maybe with it a little bit, but you got to say, man, most of this shit, the romantic shit, the yaoi, the period pieces, this is all
it's not
girls.
Yahweh. Yahweh is
Yahweh is
Yahweh
Jesus.
Is dudes, fucking dudes. I know my wife doesn't even
Yahweh
like
is God. Yahweh is the opposite.
Yeah.
Oh, I got her though. I got her attention. She's coming over to get me now.
But you know what?
Either way, I need to get some female
The Sailor
fans.
Moon bundle.
I was going to say there could be
I think we're
biblical manga
underestimating
style.
the reach we have with women.
Biblical manga style called Yahweh.
I don't know. Theo, what do you think? Because I kind of want. I just defaulted to color. Do you want color? Or
nobody hotter
Yeah,
than God.
I do. Well, yeah, and it's
I
like
do want color.
all I know is I
color.
dropped a short a couple days ago. It has about 1,500 views so far. 100% men. 0 women have watched it. No.
Yeah, I
This
think
is what I'm
if
saying.
a woman finds it. Well, here's the thing: if we get enough, and like if they're like, here's one of my thoughts: is imagine we get a quote that's like, "This is the most sexist comic I've ever read." Ready? Put that on the cover for issue 2.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
you have to. No, Vaughn.
Women don't use YouTube Shorts.
I'll
Women
tell
use
you guys
TikTok
the
and Insta.
secret. You guys have to talk about Genshin Impact. They're all.
Oh, dude, yeah, there was this one chick I remember. You know, she was in a Genshin Impact cosplay.
Okay, so hear me out.
Dude, I know all about the Genshin Impact chicks.
I'm
No,
going
they're-
to.
they-
I'm going to play the game, even though I really don't care about a game at all. So I know which character to cosplay to get all the chicks at DragonCon.
See, I didn't know what this girl, beautiful girl. She was like blonde hair, blue eye, and she was like, "I'm half black," and I was like, "What?" But she was, yeah. And then,
Bullshit.
She was
Most of it wasn't below the
I
waist.
would call bullshit on that.
Yeah, if you go to cons, they're like all these chicks are into Genshin Impact. So now I'm about to be in Genshin Impact.
Correction, Vagabond. Most of them aren't actually into Genshin. They
And I'm
just
never
like
gonna
the
call her
costumes.
Well, so be it.
Correction,
I'm going to be
Arza.
cosplaying as one of the male characters from Genshin Impact. Yeah, and hopefully that makes
correction.
an impact into their hearts.
A man with a
There
game
you go.
plan. I
Or
like it.
into something of their bodies, impact into somewhere. But Arza, I'm going to correct you and say that no, most of them are just whores.
Well, yes, but okay. Hear me out. I have unfortunately over the course of I think it was 4 years logged 300+ hours into Genshin Impact. I used to do like the daily grinds and whatnot, so I knew the people who played Genshin Impact and the people who played Genshin Impact for the husbandos.
Well, one of them is Madam Savvy. She's obsessed with that. She's talking about
no. Savvy's in the second camp. She doesn't like Genshin Impact. She likes the sexy men in Genshin Impact. She likes Arataki Ito and Zhongli and Child and all of them. She doesn't give two shits about the actual game.
I heard of that last night.
I don't know what any of this means.
Good.
Vaughn, I do have a legitimate question.
Vagabond.
Hold on.
Yeah,
I
what's the
want
question?
No,
I want to
just
go to
what's-
Dragon Con. And I think
Yeah,
I think more of us
ComixDad
do.
is trying to ask Vaughn a question.
ComixDad, go.
Prof, I need more Magnum 69 if you keep talking.
Do a comic of that. Yes.
Yes, there we go.
He should appear. He should appear in an episode.
Yes.
in an issue.
Perfect.
Do it.
No, Vaughn,
Magnum
what's,
69.
what's the actual? Do you guys have an actual timetable for wanting to put that out though?
Well, so here's the thing, right? Is like, because Theo and I were talking, like, well, because so I want to realistically to be able to give it the right amount of attention. So, because I'm going to launch issue 3. So, interiors start in July. I was hoping to launch the campaign soon. My goal, like, ideally, I'd love to. The tough part is so I've made sure to prove my reputation. I would love to crowdfund it soon.
Yeah.
Like, but the thing is, the timelines, it would almost be like I Can Fix Her and Phenomenova 3 could be kind of in sync. Now, I Can Fix Her is going to be a shorter book. But the thing is, I've already promised Phenomenova issue 3. You know, I want to get started with my artist. The timing is overlapping.
Yeah.
I would be, if I had enough money on my own to fund both, it wouldn't be a big question. They'd be getting worked on right now.
The only reason why I ask is because do you happen to know Webb from Dreams Uncharted?
I don't.
So Webb is Dreams Uncharted. He does his stuff on his website, fund per page or fund by page on his website, free to read, and then people fund like that. But I can't give too much away. But he and a couple other smaller creators, and he looped me into it because I'm a big supporter of his. They've got something going on in the works. So that's why I was asking about timetable, because what they're working on is going to take a little bit of time. So if you don't have a timetable, I'll get you hooked up with him so you can talk to him about it.
Because Theo, I think I'm pretty booked out for the rest of the month. So, and then issue 3, I'm going to launch beginning next month. Honestly, if we could find, like, our main priority, if we could find an artist who would be willing to start and then get paid after crowdfund, because Theo and I were like, we're lucky to even make the fucking thing. You know, if we make money eventually, that's fine, right?
Vaughn,
we just want to make the damn thing. So,
what's your target audience with this?
Retards?
Are you guys looking? No. Like seriously, are you looking to get men's attention? Not in just okay. Are you? That's what I was trying to. I'm kind of wondering here. Are you looking for vaginas to read this or penises to read this?
Dude, I just want money, bro.
I know you just want money, but like, where is this target at? Because I was gonna say, if you want women to see this, if you're looking for women, you would like. I'm not gonna lie, dude. Women are fucking like engrossed in this fucking webtoon, like fucking like e-published.
Yeah, well, we're gonna put on Global Comics.
Shit.
We think we were looking, and one of the #1 books on Global Comics is called Money Shot right now, and they're usually all titty books, which usually does best. So I think
what were you gonna say? What were you going to say, Theo?
Yeah, well, I was going to say this. So a lot of comics sell merch on the road to make their nut. And this gives me, but it's usually T-shirts, coffee mugs, stickers, whatever. A lot of times it doesn't even have anything to do with their material. They're just trying to make extra money on the road because it's a tough business. I think this gives me a really unique piece of merch that people are actually going to want to get. So I'm really excited to like have this thing to like hawk on the road. I think it's going to move units, especially if I can tell people it's like based on the stories they just heard. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. No, I mean, I think it's I think literally if we can find an artist who fits the style, who's competent enough and is willing to get paid after, we could get started right away. So
you just need somebody who's good with tits.
Yeah, a lot of artists are. You know, it's
most are.
Yeah,
except for one, and we're not going to go there. We already know who.
No, not just one. There's
two.
A couple of them that are not good with fucking tits. That's the thing. Like, if you go to mainstream,
use your imagination. You know the 3 we're talking about.
I do know the 3, but mainstream comics don't even let them draw tits anymore, dude.
No,
did you see that shit that Mark Silvestri did to fucking the Harley Quinn he drew in the recent book he did with the Batman book he did? Like Silvestri used to draw fucking top.
Well, I thought they were nice in that one. Am I remembering wrong?
No, he drew Harley Quinn and she had no tits, and it was so disappointing.
That's not his fault. That's the DC's.
It's editorial.
They're not.
Completely editorial, dude. It's so depressing.
Yeah.
But yes, I know Mark Silvestri can draw tits. I've seen Darkness. Fuck, dude.
Darkness. Witchblade.
Yeah, Witchblade.
Witchblade was Michael Turner.
Goblin Queen. Yeah, I know, but she was designed by Mark Silvestri though. Designed.
Silvestri did do some stuff in there, and he drew some beautiful women in Darkness. But yeah, dude, Michael Turner's take on Wonder Woman is probably the best fucking Wonder Woman.
See, I like Dodson
ever
too.
fucking seen.
Dodson's might be my favorite Wonder Woman. Turner
Dodson's really good too.
George Perez drew great tits.
Oh,
he drew great everything.
George Perez drew great everything. George Perez drew great everything.
The thing that George Perez peaked at was like a group scene, like a big fight.
Dude, Christ is on Infinite Earths. I'd be like, I don't even know who half of these people are, but this is awesome.
Dude, it looks so fucking good. George Perez, when he worked on Avengers with Kurt Busiek.
Hey, Professor Savage, sun's getting real low. Time to start wrapping it up. So yeah, we're 13 minutes after the 2-hour mark, and I know you got a heart out. So we'll start with you. What are you getting into, Professor, and where can people find you?
This weekend, I'm not getting into too much. I've got I'm gonna try to do a long boxing stream. Sounds like Lapsed Comics fan and I are gonna try to hook up to do a little comic conversation this weekend. I'm probably gonna aim for Saturday. I'm gonna get back to him and see what his tomorrow looks like. If not, then it'll be Sunday. But other than that, you'll find me over on Make Me a Sandwich on Wednesday, degrading women as much as we possibly can, and
on there,
MSK trying to find ourselves a good time for talking our comic bullshit that we tend to do. And then I will be back here next Friday for another episode of Rogue Gallery.
We're gonna be doing I got to talk to everybody in the group. We're doing a rotation thing. So if you're on one week,
dude,
you
if
might
you
not
need
be
to
on the
rotate,
next. Yeah, we're gonna
if
start
you need to
rotating because
rotate-
I've got
Yes.
13 people. I
Hell
only
yeah.
have 10
You
slots,
have
and I should only have
outgrown-
6 per show. So we're gonna start kind of rotating everybody to give everybody a fair shot to be on. Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I probably need to rotate out occasionally. My streaming schedule is so fucking consistent lately that like I'm gonna need to probably start taking. So
Fuck. Yeah, I'm thinking about rotating myself out of this show occasionally as well.
Absolutely.
All right. Everybody go follow Professor Savage at all that usual stuff. Vaughn Coleman, what do you got going on?
So, like
What's
as
the
I
name of
mentioned,
that,
it was like I did my intro, my outro, so not much has changed in the last couple minutes. I'm going to be at Heroes Con. Keep an eye out. Join my email list at rebeloasisstudios.com for all things I Can Fix Her, for all things Phenomenova. I'm doing that book with Allie. We got like everything's coming together around the same time. It's kind of crazy. So I've been working like a madman and some other projects I haven't talked about yet. I'm looking to create some videos tomorrow night, actually, with so far I've got John's Longbox, Brian Kriskow, Arvin Nelson. We're going to be doing our top 10 HP Lovecraft stories. So if you're interested in that, make sure to tune in live on my YouTube channel.
Very fucking
I am
cool.
Vaughn Coleman. Otherwise, yeah. Theo will have to do a post at some point, begging for an artist, but just I can't give him my full attention right now, but we will.
Excellent.
I'm going to put everybody's links in the chat. Go follow all these fine gentlemen who will, on occasion, be, like I said, we're going to be making some changes to the show. So kind of giving everybody a shot to come in and out. I know Sammy wanted to come on this week, but he's going to come on next week. And then, so somebody will bench and then we'll do some rotations, but we'll talk after stream on that.
Yeah.
And Drunken Emerald Arrow, what you got going on in a little bit?
Let's see. I'm about to go over to Gina and Sean's stream, and then at 9:30 PST is insert title here. We're going to be going over and ranking the Office cast in a ranking format.
Number one.
And then
the cat. You mean the TV show, The Office?
Yes, The Office.
Which one?
Oh,
Yep.
okay.
The U.S. Office.
A good one.
Pam
Then
is number one. Pam is fucking
at
delicious.
8:30 a.m. PST is Cavecast. We're going to be talking about Drake. Damian Wayne on Saturday, getting into the lore of Damian Wayne, and then 11 is Touch Grass with Theo Snodgrass over on his channel. Then on Tuesday at 6 p.m. PST is Nerds Covering the News. Then at 7:30 over on Devil's channel is Make Me a Sandwich. And then I will be rotating in and out on this channel.
There we go. Exactly. So you may be out next week, you may not, but people can definitely always find Professor, Drunken, Vagabond, Theo, Vaughn, everybody here. Just want to make sure that we get everybody a chance to go in and out.
Again, with that said, I do have to bounce right now. So I will see you all later.
Go ahead, man.
Later.
Arza, what you got going on, man?
You know, just the same old, the daily videos covering a news story, giving my opinions about half and half. I got some pretty good videos that I put out recently, such as my How to Train Your Dragon one, talking about how Nico Parker decided to go out and attack the fans, damaging the box office for that movie almost certainly. I've got some other videos like on the Borderlands fiasco. Sometime this weekend, I'll be putting out a review for How to Train Your Dragon, because we're going to go see it, and then I'm going to watch the original one with my family, get their opinion as well. As for shows, I'm not going to say what shows I'm on, because I never know until I get the invite link.
And future host of I Swear It's Not Hentai, maybe possibly someday. Vagabond.
Yes.
What you got going on?
Well, tomorrow I'll be on Touch Grass, and I'll be on the Fort of the Homies podcast. And then hopefully this Sunday, if everything goes to plan, I'll the first episode of I Swear It's Not Hentai podcast, and you can catch me here usually every Friday. And that's about it. Oh, and I might go to the rally tomorrow. I'm thinking about it, and just to see what happens.
I feel the same way.
if you start streaming that, I'll fuck you. Or if you want, we could do. I'll do an improv stream with you. That would be a lot of fun. So let me know.
Yeah, let me know if you do that, Vagabond. Like I don't know. If I get up early enough and I put the fucking pork butt in the fucking smoker, I might be awake and I might be willing at 8 o'clock in the morning, which is when they're doing it in Arizona. 8 o'clock in the morning.
They're here. They're doing it 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. I might take a Uber a little bit early so my car is not there, just in case whatever bullshit. If there is some bullshit that happen
here.
Well, if you go, you got to grab a couple of decks of playing cards, remove the kings from them, and start handing them out to people because it's going to be a no kings protest. So, where are the kings? Where are the kings?
No, you got to get some MAGA stickers and you got to put it on the protesters' car so they.
Oh, I wish.
Confuse me.
Honestly, I don't think much is going to happen. I mean, we're in the middle of Georgia, so it's not Atlanta. So
oh yeah,
all the 5 people.
If I can ask one small question. How are they going to do the no kings protest if they're so insistent on how they used to be kings?
No,
Damn it.
Vagabond's going to the We Was Kangs protest. It's very different.
RedStrider, what you got coming up, man?
Yeah. So I am going to be off for pretty much everything this week. I'm going to be, going to be on a date tomorrow and then in San Diego.
Hey.
I'll be able to do, yeah, sorry.
Date.
But she does kind of look like Jenna Fisher. So hopefully there'll be something
Good
there.
for you.
We'll see.
Wow. Strider.
Hey.
Yeah, my man. Get that booty.
Can't believe you're dishing out on podcast to be with a girl. What a faggot.
I know.
I know.
Right?
How
I mean,
gay is that?
I
You should
eat corn
sit here
all
with
the
a
way.
bunch
What
of
can I say?
dudes bitching about shit on the internet as opposed to talking to someone with an
Right.
actual
I can't believe you're
vagina.
skipping out on my fucking misogyny show to go actually be with a woman. Fuck you, man. You
Well, I
sold
needed to
out.
get it out of my system. I needed to get it out of my system because I am going to be a regular on the Make Me a Sandwich podcast. So I was just getting all that purged out of my system until I met an actual woman. But who knows? But yeah, I'll be in San Diego next week, so I'll be off of pretty much everything. But starting not this Thursday, but the weekend after, I'll be resuming my own stream. I wasn't feeling good yesterday, but I didn't do it. We just talk about some stuff for about 45 minutes and then read a book the rest of the time. And you can usually find me every once in a while on Theo's on Touch Grass, and then here every other Friday, depending. But yeah, and then of course Make Me a Sandwich, and here and there on whatever streams people want to have me on. That we had a really fun conversation with Vaughn talking about Hulk at the End. That was really enjoyable. And we talked about the Rippaverse. It's cool. It's cool shit. But I enjoy it.
Thanks for the review on Phenomenal issue 2, man. That was a pleasant surprise.
Oh, you're welcome. Yeah, I enjoyed it. It was fun.
Oh yeah, Selena's been talking about it nonstop. I'm actually going to read it tonight before bed.
All right, awesome.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah,
She got to it before. She got to it before me this time. Since I've been home, it's been it's just sitting there on my read list over on my record player in the living room, and I still hadn't got to it. I feel ashamed.
Dude, my to read list is so bad. I was like, I'm gonna see all my friends at Heroes Con. I was like, oh my god, I have all these books of them.
Yeah.
Dude, my to read list is a stack, dude. I get it.
Yeah.
Same here.
But
and Theo Snodgrass, what you got going up?
Hey, what's up, everybody? My name is Theo Snodgrass. I'm a comedian and podcaster out here in Las Vegas, Nevada. I host a little show called Touch Grass with Theo Snodgrass. That's 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. That's every single Saturday over on my YouTube channel. Don't want to miss that. We get a lot of cool stuff going on out there. Also, if you want to see me do live comedy, I'm gonna be at Delirious Comedy Club on the 13th. I'm gonna be at Neighborhood. Let me get my calendar pulled up. I'm gonna be at Neighborhood Bar the 17th, and then I've got a bunch of stuff coming up after that, but I don't want to announce that just yet because that's still a little bit far out. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Make sure to check that out. Also, if you want to keep track of all the cool stuff I'm doing, you're going to want to follow me on Instagram, follow me on YouTube, follow me on X, because I'm all over the place. I'm on the Rogues Gallery, I'm on Make Me a Sandwich. I'm doing all kinds of other appearances. I'm also single. So if you want to hit me up, that's totally fine. I'm open to it.
Also, ladies, if you can bench press a 1973 Volkswagen Super Beetle, hit him up on Instagram.
I'm into it.
DMs.
I'm into it.
Awesome. And last but not least, our guest this evening, and I hope you had a good time, man. It was great having you on. But ComixDad, what do you got coming up, and where can people find you?
I had a great time, brother. Hey, everybody, I'm ComixDad. I'm not a comedian, and I'm just a streamer who just. But no, everybody can find me over on ComixDad on YouTube, and then I'm ComixDad channel over on Rumble. You can follow me on X at ComixDad as well. Pretty much for over the last month or so, I've just been doing streams. My long form videos have kind of been taking a step back, a little bit of a funk with those. I haven't been doing many. It's mostly comic book readings. So I just like pre-recorded live readings with voices and stuff just to have fun. But
oh, nice.
So hopefully at some point in the next month or so, I'll get back into doing those. Also, Vaughn, I actually gotta get back into doing my indie comic highlights. I do a monthly. I was doing monthly videos of just an indie comic creator. And Vaughn, you're on my list, brother. Also,
All right.
I know you and I have been talking about you coming on for my one show. So I do have a couple. Yeah, I do have a couple of shows that I do. On Mondays, I started a new show 2 weeks ago called The Pull List. Super original name. But I'm basically I talk about just the new comics coming out that are on the upcoming Wednesdays, because Wednesday is New Comic Book Day. So part of it is an excuse to just trash all over Marvel Comics, to be honest.
What else can you do with it at this point? Marvel, DC, fuck him.
And then Thursdays, alternating Thursdays. I stream every Thursday, but it's a different thing. So, like last night was a stream that my wife and I do called Comics Couple Cafe, where we just hang out, bullshit with the chat, talk about whatever, whether it's politics, entertainment, life, what have you. And then alternating Thursdays, I have a one-on-one show called Talk and Shop, where I have various guests on. I've had comic creators on. I've had other YouTubers, streamers, whatever on. I had a wrestling promoter and entertainment commentator on a couple weeks ago in Kevin Apollo. So just pretty much anybody, I just have them on to talk about their stuff, talk about comics and stuff like that. And then I do some gaming streams here and there.
Nice, man. I like seeing it. I've been following your channel since pretty much saw you start popping up on Twitter and everything. So good luck, man. I see you're over. You're in the 300s. So hell yeah, man.
Yeah, man, 300 something on YouTube, 200 something on Rumble, and I just started doing the Rumble stuff like 2 months ago. So
cool.
Dude, that's nice growth on Rumble. I'm fucking struggling to get to that 100, and I've been streaming on Rumble since day one.
I've got a friend in my back pocket who's been doing a lot to help out with like promoting me over there and stuff. So shout out to him. But Strider, you were going to say something?
Oh yeah, I was saying if you ever want somebody to help you with readings and stuff of comics on streams, let me know. I love doing that shit. I do that when I read my comics by myself, so I'd like to do it in front of people. It's fun.
No, for sure, man. Yeah, I do those as pre-recorded, but
you one of them readers, boy.
Well, I like comics for a reason, because I'm functionally illiterate, so there's a reason I like comics.
Well, dude, I'm similar. I've been listening to I'm like, I've read so many Lovecraft stories. Literally, no, it's all been audiobooks in my car.
But yeah, man,
a lot of words I can't say.
No, even then, sometimes I'm like, what did he say? I'm like, hold on.
Hey, you know what?
I'd love to join that. That sounds like a blast. I do, because again, all the comics I read out loud and they're fun. It's fun
hit me up, man. Like I said, best way to contact me is just DM me on X.
Yeah,
gotcha.
Awesome,
dude. He's always on X. He's in everything, everywhere. And also, everybody out there, I just want everybody to know: if you feel like you too are functionally illiterate, I just want you to know that there's a book for you. It's called Illumination.
Don't promote that crap. On my channel.
I'm tabling. See, speaking of things that are mine to read, I'm tabling with the guy. He's going to be selling his book, and I haven't touched it.
Can I actually
do not try to find this on Amazon. Do not follow the link in the descriptions.
Buy it at Heroes.
Don't follow the link I'm about to put in the chat, because fuck Battsauce. All right.
Yeah, if you're functionally illiterate,
go back to ComixDad. Go ahead.
Yeah, do you mind? I just want to plug my wife real quick, because what kind of a husband would I be?
What?
You do that in your own time, my guy.
That's behind
I just got monetized, but fuck it.
Well, hey, that's what Rumble only streams are for, guys.
I didn't know that's what kind of parties you were into, but
Now we're getting you to 15,000 subs, Iron. Now we're cooking with gas.
Magnum 69.
No, go ahead, comics. Go ahead, ComixDad.
I wouldn't be a good husband, and also I'd get shit if I didn't either, because I'm basically her producer. But Queen Comics Wife on YouTube and on Rumble, same thing, all one word. Go check her out. She just hangs out. She talks about life and being a mom and a wife and all that.
You got a link? I'll throw it in the chat.
And
not
getting
on
plugged
me, but
by
just
her
Queen
husband.
Comics Wife. That's all it is.
I'll edit the description and make sure I put that in there so people know where to find that. I'm gonna sub right away. So send me the link in the DM and I'll get sub to that.
Yeah.
All right.
What's up, Prof?
ComixDad, make sure it's Father's Day weekend. Make sure she's plugging you.
I don't know.
It's only an International Women's Day.
Sun is getting real low, big guy.
Yeah.
All right. I'm Iron Oxide. That's why you're here watching the show. Not for more entertaining people that surround me, of course. But thanks for hanging out. And we are struggling to, we're at 680 on YouTube. We need to beat Battsauce to 1,000. He got to 700 and his ego is way too big. He already has a huge head and a high pitched voice. So let's not make his situation any worse by letting him but we'll be back next week with the weekly Rogues Gallery, which is just back to normal. Friday, same show, same time. The experiment that was 2 Rogues Galleries a week on Wednesday didn't work out the way I planned. So that's why we're going back to the same way things were before. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Ironcast will be taking its place. Just got to work out a few details in there. That'll be hosted by myself and Theo, and we're working it out. We might be able to get JackTarLad in on that as well, and then we'll bring people in. It'll be a different format of a show, talking more politics and current events. Got to keep the nerd shit over here where it belongs. And tomorrow morning, you can catch me on Cavecast over on Sammy 3P's channel for, I believe we're talking about Damian Wayne this week. I messed Tim Drake, which was Robin I wanted to talk about a lot more, but I do like Damian, so I like him. So I'm happy to be a part of that one. Then I'll be over on Touchgrass with Theo Snodgrass. And after that, I don't know if I have anything else planned, but I pop up here and there when asked when I'm available. But okay, I think that was it. We had a good show, guys. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks, ComixDad. You're welcome back anytime. And I hope everybody has a great weekend.
Queen ComixDad is live right now. We could do a raid on her channel. She's live right now.
How do I?
She's live on Rumble and YouTube.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's fucking.
Where's Emerald? I need to know how do I do the raid on Rumble?
/raid space and then the actual stream URL. I actually put the stream URL in the private chat.
Hey, can you put the you did good.
Like the word I actually did that by accident. I didn't even mean to put the stream link in there. I meant to do the channel link.
Awesome. I am going to do that right now before we end. Everybody just hang out a second while I get some shit done. Right.
But no, I will gladly come back and hang out with you guys anytime.
Oh yeah. Dude.
Hell yeah, dude. You got an open invite when we can pull you in. We will. All right. And now do I put a space after raid?
Yes.
Okay. I think I got it.
The URL for the stream, and then you hit enter, and then opt in, launch, whatever to confirm whatever the message is that pops up at the top of the chat.
Okay. There we go. Hell yeah, got it. My first raid. Everybody, have a good weekend.
Let's go.
And don't burn your cities down if you can avoid it. Bye, everybody.
See you. But go to the barbecue.
Oh.
Wait, did
something went wrong?
Yeah.
We're still live.
He hit the wrong
button. What do we do?
No,
none of us can.
It's like
We
when the
can't end the
substitute teacher
stream.
leaves.
Talk about rom-coms quick.
We can't. Yeah, no.